Da-da-da-da-da-da. Richie, so Richie, Richie, so Richie, yeah, Richie, so Richie, yeah. We're in the dome, we're in the dome, we're in the dome, we're in the dome, we're in the dome. Ah, we're in the dome. Congratulations. We're in the dome. I got my hat on because keeping the windows open at like 30 degrees, it starts getting like the cold in the ear because the windows open around ear level. And that can really mess up your ear. Constant cold air in your ear. You know what I'm saying? Now, so. You know what I'm saying now, bro? Mm. You know what I'm saying, bro? You know what I'm saying, bro? So Gio's here. Saving the world. Now you're saying to yourself, well, this episode's starting late. I can't believe it. Why so late? It is what it is, right? I'm tired. I'm not going to lie. It's been a long day. And it's 9 o'clock. I'm looking at this. Okay. It says Nicaragua and a stele on the back. Interesting. They put like little symbols there. All right. It is a nice oval box press. It is a Toro size. It feels like a 6x52. What it really is, it is what it is. It is what it is. What's up, bruh? You staying fresh? Are you staying fresh? It's nice. Um, the box pressing is quite nice. It's quite nice. I got nothing bad to say about it. It looks like a nicely made upper mid tier cigar. I think Aganorsa makes some good stuff. Stuff looks of quality, nice banding. It's unique. It's unique enough. But all that really matters is the blend, right? All that really matters is if the blend is good or great. Pack is nice. Um, has a very uniform look to it, though. So I am excited. This was like $12 at a lounge. So I'm sure probably just a little cheaper, on the internet. It is what it is. I picked up a few sticks. I didn't get to go to the lounge I wanted to go because it's a complete other direction. And after dinner and after my other errand, that shop was closed and on the other side of town, about 30 minutes away. So, anyways, but I found this cigar on clearance. This is a Romacraft, and to have Romacraft in the clearance bin is very nice. This is a Romacraft in Temperance, but it looks like a Maduro model because I've seen this in a lighter shade. So yeah, this is like in Temperance. Looks pretty dark and it's pretty fat. It feels like a 5x54. And it's just in the clearance bin for $5.99. Like Rumble Crafter is a good brand. So I mean, at that price, I bought two of them, and I was like, let's check it out. Let's check it out, and that's what I did. And that's what I did. So that one's a backup if I do smoke two. But Rumble Craft's a great brand. The Intemperance, I don't know that much about. Something tells me though I should smoke the Intemperance first, and the Aganorsa leaf second, because I feel like the Aganorsa leaf is going to be a stronger cigar with the smaller gauge and hmm, hmm, interesting. But I wrote it. We're gonna do Aganorsa. 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 Gio, what's up, bruh? Yo, what's up? Where's everyone? Where's everyone? Where's everyone? No one's here. Gio, they left you by yourself, Gio. They said, Gio, get out of here. Gio's like, that's not nice. We love you, Gio. We love you, Gio. We love you, Gio. Now, I said before the guys, I'm smoking a new cigar. It's new to me. What's up? What's up, Big Firm? But I don't think this is a new cigar. I think it's been out for a bit. But this is the Aganorsa. I like the whole packaging. The cigar looks like a solid stick. It's like oozing of good quality. Aganorsa is a serious brand. Where's Jeremy? Is Jeremy here? Where's Jeremy? So gentle heat. I can't stress it enough. You should be using so gentle heat. We got this thing toasted pretty good. And then we'll get it on the next one. We'll catch it on the next. We'll catch it on the next. Where's Saint Sacco? Yeah, where's Jeremy? This cigar already has a strong presence. Anybody seen Gelsack? Anybody seen Sack? Anybody seen Jeremy? Jeremy, are you hanging out with Sack? Jeremy, are you hanging out with Sack? Off the bat, cigar is pretty strong. Oh shit! Woo! Woo! Off the bat, that is a pretty strong cigar. Wow. I wasn't expecting that I was gonna hold the smoke for a second. Like it's like that on the first puff. This would be like going on a date, and she's like, "You want to come back to my place for a drink?" And as soon as you get back to her place, you're going up the elevator, and she just looks at you and she's like, "I want you to fist me." You're like, "This went strong right away. This was a strong cigar. I want you to fist me." Chill out. I'm scared. Ding! The elevator opens. You're like, has that ever happened to you guys? Have you ever guys gone on a date? Have you ever gone on a date and it was the first time with a girl and you found out she was scary? A scary date? Like, and it surprised you? You're like, what? Yeah, that's happened before. A scary date where it changes you. This is a very strong cigar. Hmm. Oh shit! This cigar's got last third last third potential in the first 2 minutes. That is a strong, heavy cigar. That is a strong, spicy cigar. It's a dark cigar, but it's not. It's not 90% the darkness. It's about 80%. It's on the darker side, but it's not like the scariest dark cigar you ever had. But it has immense power. It is rather strong, rather heavy, rather long finish. It is kind of delicious though, because it does have a good chocolate, a good sweet chocolate note. But this is a strong stick. It's a really strong stick. So look, ooh, I'm not gonna say it's a very complex cigar, but what it has is extremely potent. This is an extremely potent cigar. This is an extremely potent cigar. It's strength is one thing, but it's delivering the flavor it's pushing. Um, I'll, the chocolate's not the strongest note. A lot of black pepper, a lot of earth, a very heavy, spicy, tingling mouthfeel as well. I'm just gonna say what it is. This cigar feels like a slightly cheaper version of the Padron 64. The Padron 64 is better than this cigar, but this feels like a little dirtier, a little edgier version of the 64, and that's not a bad thing. I think if you bought a box of these, let them sit about 2 years, you might be into some gold right there for a low price. This feels like a slightly dirty 64. We'll call this one the Aganorsa Leaf 1964. Big firm shout out. Jeremy shout out. Yeah, Jeremy, we all out. Dude, that was Jeremy. Jeremy gave me a 2 week vacation to Chateau Fuente. I spent the past 2 weeks in the Dominican Republic. Thank you, Jeremy. He went to Jared. No, he went to Jeremy. He went to Jeremy. He went to Jeremy. So, would I recommend this cigar? I would. Um, I'm not going to tell you it's like the best cigar you ever had. No, I'm not going to tell you this cigar, this one here, is going to go on the Richie list. No, but it feels kind of like outside the door of it. It's a really good cigar. It's a really good cigar, made very well, banded very well. It is rather strong. It's chocolate. That's not the main note, though. There's chocolate. Lots of black pepper, lots of earth, and it's slightly dirty. But it should be great when you're in the mood for a cigar if you really want to, like, for example, between the Padron 64 and the Padron 26 and the Nicaraguan Gambit, the 26 is more beautiful, more sweet, more complex. It has more age. And the 64, but it's more smooth. The 64, a little more raw, has similar notes, it's just a little more edgy. So it depends. It's like having a younger scotch, from a 12 to a 15. 15's great. 12's a little less smooth, a little edgier if you throw them on the same blend. But sometimes you might want the 12-year-old scotch as opposed to the 15-year-old scotch. If you want a more robust scotch, a heavier on the nose. So Padron 64 is like Padron 26's little less classy brother. And this is the Aganorsa leaf, the Maduro, the Nicaragua, even the shape and the look, it's kind of like an even less classier version of the 64. So if you want to slum it and have like you know, yeah, Very heavy mouthfeel. Really heavy mouthfeel. This cigar is not for newbies. This is not like a fun cigar. Like, oh yeah, let me just relax. This cigar is when like a Harley pulls up next to you. It gets your attention. This cigar demands your attention. You're not going to relax with this cigar. How strong is this cigar? It's a little above medium full. It's pretty strong. Right off the bat, that's pretty strong off the bat. But the notes that it has is a very long finish. It's very heavy in the face. It's hitting pretty hard. So it is a really good cigar. It's got a lot going for it. And I think it would be even better if it just, even if you let it sit for 6 months or a year. Um, it's got a lot of potency. It's a simplistic Nicaraguan cigar, but a good Nicaraguan Maduro, you should be getting some type of chocolate. You're gonna get a lot of earth and black pepper spice. That's gonna be a majority. Oh yeah. So it is what it is with that. What's up, bro?
What's up, dude? How we doing?
Bro, I just sent the invitation to another brother because I thought you weren't coming on.
My bad. You want me to hop off, bro? My bad.
No. He'll come on after you. I'm just saying you took so fucking long. I was like, what's this guy getting his panties on? What took so
Bro,
long?
Rich, I wanted to look fresh for you, bro. I got to freshen up, you know.
You should have been fresh already. You should have been waiting for me all night.
Bro, I've been heating up my car for the past 2 hours, bro.
Yeah, you don't got a car. You're in Queens.
That was a joke, bro.
No shit. Oh, look at you getting all sensitive. Hey man, you look good finally smoking, man.
I just lit this up first time having it. Honestly, I think it's too light
Which one?
having it.
Yeah, okay. If you're talking about VSG, I'd say you're out of your mind. But it's a really delicious cigar. It's gonna pick up, but it's a delicious cigar. Well, why did you like that if you don't like lighter cigars?
I just wow, wow. Sorry, the aromas off it was nice, but yeah, no, I mean, I had to try it just because like I feel like I don't know, Ash is such a glorious brand that I was like, you know what, I like the ESG. I got the VSG here.
But it's a
Uh,
Connecticut shade. It's a beautiful Connecticut shade cigar, but it's not going to give you that intense feeling you're getting from other cigars, man. You know,
wow, the burn is nice. The draw is nice. Flavors are
it's
nice.
Fuente. It's a great cigar, man. It's got a golden wrapper on that.
Wow. Jeremy, how long you been smoking cigars for, Gio? I don't know, like passively for like I don't know, maybe I don't know, I'm 31, maybe since I was like 2021, but like really serious, probably the past like 3 4 years, 3 years.
Jeremy's smoking the Alma Claro. He's saying he's loving it. And Jeremy, do you want to tell everyone the secret you heard about the Olmec for Foundation? Jeremy, do you want to tell us the information you found out? I'm gonna let Jeremy tell the lounge if you want to, Jeremy. Jeremy did some investigation, and watch out, Big Firm. Big Firm's bringing the news, but we have Jeremy doing some undercover investigation. I think just Big Firm. Jeremy's he's crawling in on your news territory. Watch out. You both gonna have to compete. You know, we're gonna have like two different news networks. You know what I'm saying though. So I don't know. Is he gonna tell everyone? Let's see. Well, maybe he wants to say it when he comes on, because that's why I invited on next. You know. Uh,
My
yeah.
bad, bro. My bad.
No, you're not bad, bro. Chill out. I'm saying I was trying to do the show, and when I invited you, like 10 minutes went by. So at this point, I'm like, okay, I want to get a guest on the show. So if you're not coming on, I'm not gonna sit around and wait forever. And then you're like, yo, bro, I'm warming the car up because you're a fucking asshole.
Bro, honestly, I smoked the Damaso the other day, like the Padron Damaso, and like honestly, I feel like this is like more complexity to it, like more. I don't know. I feel like there's more to this than the Damaso.
Damaso's a weak cigar, and I don't mean that in strength. I mean I don't think it was a well thought out blend. It's a Padron, but Padron doesn't know anything about Connecticut shit. I hate to say it. What I'm saying is, just because you're great in one area doesn't give you great in other area. Padron makes some of the best Nicaraguan luxury strong cigars in the
Yeah.
world. Sought after. Um, Forget about the impeccable reliability. Never a bad draw, never a bad burn, ever, right?
Yeah.
Not for me, right? But that doesn't mean they're gonna make a good Connecticut shade. I remember having the Massa and I liked it. And when I first had it, I didn't say I loved it. When I first had it, I was like, it was $7.99. And I smoked through that box at the shop.
Yeah.
And a week went by, and I smoked like every day while I was there. I would buy some. I was smoking a lot of them because it's Padron for $8. I go back in, it's 17.99, and I'm like, "What the hell is this?" He goes, "Oh, we forgot to put the one on it." So
That's
I
funny.
loved it at $8 for
Yeah.
$18. I was like, it does change it because $18 is like, well, what else could I have had? Well, I could have had, well, at the time, like let's say two and a half Monte Cristo whites. You know what I'm saying though?
Yeah.
And at the end of the day, when it comes to Connecticut, what's really the difference? I mean, there is a little bit, but it's not like one Connecticut is like, oh, bro, and the other one you're like, no, no, it's just totally different. Like, it's.
Yeah.
But
What's interesting about the Damaso is obviously like Padron smoke quickly, and obviously Connecticut's you could huff them down pretty quickly relatively. So like you could smoke a Churchill in probably the same amount of time you would smoke like a Robusto potentially with the Damaso if you really wanted to.
I don't remember exactly the combustion because I wasn't paying attention to that. What during that time frame,
Yeah.
um, there was this guy in the movie that was going through some interesting things in his life, and he was smoking the Tommaso. And the guy in the movie was going through anger management. The movie it's a funny movie, so he would smoke that cigar on the way to anger management, and then he would just smoke the Damaso during that time frame. So it was a
Yeah.
fun movie. So I don't think the guy in the movie really was paying attention to the burn in the movie. You know what I'm saying though?
Yeah, it's interesting. It's the Damaso's the only Padron that has cellophane. It's the only Padron that is not
That
box press.
that's not true. The 90th has cellophane.
Oh, my bad.
No, no, that's right. And dude, I love you, man. I like busting your balls. But
Yeah.
I believe Damaso was the first, maybe, with the round in cellophane.
Yeah.
But the 90th came out, remember? And that's in a tube. And I'm pretty sure the Padrones and tubes come in cellophane because that metal box will beat the shit out of it.
Yeah.
Next time, look at the 64. The tube, the Presidente?
Yeah.
Open up the tube, see if there's cellophane. I think there is.
Interesting. I
Because how
had
can
the
you put of a cigar in a metal tube? That would it'd probably get a bitter taste.
yeah, I Davidoff Nicaragua this afternoon. It was good. It was good. I didn't cut off enough from the top because you guys made fun of me for not cutting off too much, and then I
No,
feel
but
like I
that wasn't that's that's not like a normal cap. Like when it comes to like a cap, you don't need to cut much at all because that's the end. When you're talking about a perfecto, there's no cap on a perfecto in a sense. Like what I'm talking about. You got to cut off some of the actual cigar.
yeah
What about torpedo? In a sense, let's call it torpedo, um, or bellicoso. It doesn't matter, right?
yeah
The bottleneck. The more you cut down, the more you get. You don't want to cut down too much, but you don't want to cut too little. But if like this though, this is the end of the cigar right here. It's
yeah
open, and they just put a little cap over it. You don't need to cut. So, for the record, with a regular cigar, you can always just bite the cap off, use a little pocket knife, or
yeah
whatever makes you feel great. But a torpedo is kind of up to you. So,
yeah
but what I would do is with torpedo right away, cut as little as possible. If you need a little more, then do it, because you don't want to start building the ash. You have to cut it, and you knock your ash off.
yeah
That's happened to me before. Like I was smoking a cigar, and I wish I just cut a little more. It was a great cigar, but it was just a little snug. But I knew it was my fault for not cutting enough. But
yeah
yeah, try try cutting it like this. You're gonna knock the ash off. You know.
yeah.
But hey, man, I'm borrowing you, man. So get the fuck out of here.
What was that?
No, no, dude.
Oh,
Like
wait, what?
our personalities clash, and if this was like the Opie and Anthony, I'd be Anthony and you'd be Opie, and because you're like the chill guy, you're always smiling. You're trying to dress fresh, and like you're whitening your teeth, and that's all great. You're like,
I never wiped my teeth before, bro.
yeah, right, right. Shut the fuck up. So you're the nice guy. You know what I'm saying? Though
That's
you're the
it,
nice.
bro.
Bro, you could be in a fucking Crest commercial. You cocksucker.
Stop, dude.
Right?
Stop, dude.
So
Stop.
you're a nice guy, and then there's Rich. So I think me and you are like we're a good mix. You know what I'm saying? Though
That's it, bro.
I respect that. But I gotta bust your balls because iron sharpens iron. You know what I'm saying though? Because I like you, I gotta be hard on you.
I respect
Because
that. I
people I
respect
don't,
that.
I gotta be nice because it's like I don't know them like that, so it's like whatever. You know what I'm
Yeah,
saying?
yeah. Rich, we're happy to have you back. I can speak for the dome here. We're happy to have you, bro. You know, we definitely we miss you, bro.
Right? I missed myself too. I was gone.
Yeah,
This was a dark week. It was a number of things. I had some bullshit happen in my personal life, at work. I had some other sadness. My friend's mother passed. I noticed since I was 8 years old. She was a
yeah,
school teacher there, and she made such great apple pies. And as a kid going over there, as I grew up, became a man, still going over
yeah,
with my best friend, my best friend. Like I had like three set best friends, but like we all were a crew. So I had Sally Boy, I had Gimp or Gimpo. We had a nickname because he broke his leg. He walked with a little limp. So we'd say, "Oh, Gimpy." So he was like, he was young when he broke his leg in basketball, and then I mean he healed up and he was fine. He became a cop, but that was his nickname stuck. So that was the one his mother passed, and the other one was well, his nickname was his last name, so I'm not going to say because he's a very
yeah.
private now. So, anyways, but he's the kind of guy that doesn't even go on social media. Nice guy though, but anyways, those guys, man, were all my best friends. All were connected. Like we hung out every day. Like every day, one of us at each other's house, or all three of us. And that's a big L, man. Like it's like you go through life and people that just been there forever, and then not to say take it for granted, but all of a sudden you're like, what I'm saying though? It's like,
Yeah,
and the older you get, the more it's like a wheel, and the closer you realize you're coming up to it. You know what I'm saying? No, nobody knows, but I
yeah,
mean, I'm closer than I was 10 years ago. I'm about to be 40, bro.
yeah.
40, man. But I'm still banging. I'm still clapping the cheek. I'm still smoking those cigars. I feel like that guy right now. I'm still driving the big limos, big yachts, helicopter pads, Rolex wearing,
Yeah.
birthday smoking, Jeremy Gurker box opening up in the post office, soft, gentle heat, motherfucker. You know what I'm saying? How's that, all right?
That's good, bro. I like that. I like that. That was nice. Now, Rich, we're happy to have you back, bro. I didn't mean to bring it up, but yeah, I mean, obviously, like the dome is not the same, obviously, without the lives, and I know people are, really appreciative. So it is what it is. But
Yeah, bro. I mean, I think I needed time away because I wasn't even with myself, man. Dude, like
yeah, it's life. Yeah,
I wasn't in a funny mood, right? So if I'm not in a funny mood for all those reasons, right? And like you said, if it was one thing, it would have been one. But when all those bad things happened at one time, it was a lot, man. It was a lot,
yeah.
you
It's
know.
crazy. It's crazy how life works sometimes, man. Fucking, I don't know. The big man upstairs testing people. Fucking when it rains, it pours, and
But
it's
there's a time for mourning, right? There's a time
yeah,
for joy. There's a time for war. There's a time for peace. The thing is to know what time it is. So if it's time for peace, don't pull your sword out. You know what I'm saying, though?
yeah,
But if it's time for war, don't give people hugs. You know what I'm saying, though?
bro.
You got to know what time it is, right? If a guy on the street pulls out a knife, it's time for war,
That's it,
right?
bro.
But
Stay
if
strapped, bro. Stay strapped.
someone, you're sitting next to someone at the bar, it's time for peace. There's no reason. There's no other reason to start a war either, because uh, history doesn't do well for people that just start shit. You know what I'm saying, though? It's
Yeah,
you invite a lot of enemies. You know,
you're rich. I have a confession to make on the live. Are you ready for this?
you're 451.
Nah, you're not. You're not gonna like this, and you're probably gonna make fun of me for the rest of my life for this. But I'm gonna tell you anyways. Are you ready for this?
You tuck it in.
Nah, you ready for this? You're gonna think I'm a fucking idiot. But you ready?
You steal carrots at the food store in only one way.
Nah, Rich. So I
You
can't ret.
on corn.
Nah, it's not that funny. Rich, I can't retrohale, bro. I can't retrohale,
I don't retro hair. I just hold the smoke for a while and I let it go. It's all right.
dude. It doesn't come out, bro. Doesn't come out, bro.
That's just because you're weak.
Nah, bro. I got small nostrils, bro. That's what it is.
You got small nostrils. I'm not gonna give you that.
It doesn't come out, bro. I can't. Look,
Ah, God, you know what? Go see a doctor. What do you want me to tell you, man?
bro. I literally I can't retrohale if I wanted to. My how do you like put like the tongue like to the roof of your mouth and you fucking just blow out through your nose? It just doesn't come out for me at all. It's just weird.
Gotta give you that, yeah. Hey, Sacco's here, man. Sound is cutting off. It's you, Sacco. You got every set. Yeah, that's it. Yeah, you're right on that. If somebody on the street if it's one on one, he pulls out a knife or a gun, you got a better chance with the gun because the knife's not going to jam and the knife's not going to run out of ammo, and the knife doesn't make any noise. You know what I'm saying? Though, if it's one on one, the guy pulls out a gun. After the first shot, it's like the whole place is put on notice. You know what I'm saying? Though, and now it's just a matter of time before the cops come. You know what I'm saying? So, like, no one wakes up all night and goes, "Oh, I heard someone get stabbed." Like, it ain't making no noise. You know what I'm saying? Though,
Yeah,
so you get what I'm saying though, and a knife can make much larger wounds. You could bleed out much faster from a knife. Um, what I'm saying is, but like he said, if someone pulls out a knife, you want to get the hell out of there. You know, or if you're that close, you go right in immediately. But um, it's better chances if you got one and protect yourself. You know, I think too because I think people underestimate the power of a knife. You know what I'm saying though? Like people don't realize how fast you could get got with a knife,
yeah.
like quick. You know what I'm
What's,
saying?
what's, what's the phrase? Don't bring a knife to a gunfight.
Yes, but of course, but yeah, but you if you okay, so here's the thing. Generally speaking, criminals have the advantage because they're starting it. So you got to be defensive. So if somebody has to jump and he's only 2 feet away from you, how fast can you get to your stuff?
Hmm.
Yeah, you don't you're in New York, you don't even got a license, but you know what I'm saying though. How fast
Yeah,
can you get it? So in a way, it's like you got to be so overly mentally prepared on every second with like with one in your pocket and your hand in your pocket. You know what I'm saying? No, and you can't. Or if you have going about your business and also the guy's like, "Yo, your wallet," and you don't even realize it's in his hand. You know what I'm saying? Though, and like, it's not going to be cinematic. It's like just because you got a piece. If a guy already has the knife out, he can
yeah,
clear that real quick. And but it also depends how much fight he's got in him. You know what I'm saying?
yeah.
Though, he might just have it, but it's for show. But then there's guys that it ain't for show. You know what I'm saying? Though.
Rich, if you get shanked, you'd probably just eat it, bro. You'd be like, yo, I'm ready for war, bro. That's it.
What's that?
I said if you got shanked, I don't know. It might not. I mean, obviously it affects everyone the same, but like you got a little protection on you. You know.
Yeah, but see, the protection starts in the mind, though. If I could give you a piano, you're not a piano player. So just because you buy a gun or you carry a gun, it doesn't
Yeah.
mean you know what I'm saying. If you don't have your mind right, you know what I'm saying. Though, if you don't have your mind right, that you're living in a world with a bunch of animals, that there's crazy people out there that would kill you to take that hat. They would kill you because they don't like the way you look, or they'll
Yeah.
kill you because they're hearing voices. There is insane people. This guy that I just met on the roof at the parking lot when I was smoking cigars. He came
Yeah.
up there. People walk their dogs up there because they have
Yeah.
grand. Actually, they have a dog park up there. It's nice, and it was snowing out. And so he gets to my car. He's like, "Oh, what are you, security?" And I was like, "Nah, I'm just smoking a cigar." He goes, "Oh shit," because I see securities like hide up here, because they patrol the neighborhood. And I was like, "Nah, I'm just chilling out." So we're talking, and he told me right here where I'm sitting, right in the bench, right there. Not that long ago, he came outside to walk his dogs right here on the street. And actually, he goes, "Oh, I know you." He goes, "You're the guy smoking cigars." He goes, "You always look at your steering wheel." I'm like, "Nah, He goes, "Oh, okay, right." So it was just funny. So apparently, the neighborhood watches. And he's like, "Well, there was a guy sitting on the bench, and he was like crying." So he had a beer in his pocket. When I was talking to him, and he goes, "Yeah, I always walk the dogs with beers in my pocket because he's just chilling with the dogs, drinking a beer."
Yeah.
So he's just right here in front of the property. It's kind of like a private road over here. And he goes to the guy, "You all right?" He's like, "Nah, my girlfriend just kicked me out, and now I don't know where to go. I'm homeless." You know. He's like, "Oh, I'm sorry, bro." So he had one of his beers. He gave him one of his beers out of his pocket. He's like, "Yo,
Yeah.
man, he's a Mexican guy. He's like, "Oh, I got you, homie, man. Here's a beer, man. I'm sorry, bro." He was like just showing him some love, like being like
Yeah.
just this guy stands up, throws the fucking beer, and he pulls out a Rambo knife. He's like, "Who the fuck are you to give me a beer?" Like that, bro. And so he's like, "Oh shit!" So he starts taking off, and the guy's running after him this way towards where the hotel, where I chill out normally. I park in the
Yeah.
parking lot, bro.
Yeah.
That's bro. Like you gotta have it on you because like you. That's what I'm saying. Like, see, I wouldn't be surprised. I'd be like, "Yeah," you know what I'm saying? Like I I expect the worst out of everyone, and I'm just surprised when we're just all getting along. Really. I hope everything's nice,
Yeah.
but dude, like, okay, so
That's so fucked up. The guy gave him a beer, being fucking nice, being a fucking gentleman, and the guy's fucking
the guy was
psychopath.
a drug addict, right?
Yeah.
And now he's just gonna take out his anger because he got his girlfriend broke up with him on him, right? Or maybe he had no girlfriend, maybe it was imaginary. Point is, so he's running away. Luckily, he had his phone on him, and the guy was pretty quick. He's not like a big guy. He was able to run away. He's like hiding behind cars, and the guy, was just running after a knife. So he's good. He was zigzagging between the cars in the parking lot, and he called the police the whole time. The police got here less than a minute. He said he got here real quick because this place is not like a rural area, right near a lot of stuff, and the cops do patrol this area.
Yeah.
As soon as the cops got here, he took off and he ran to the hotel here. You see that hotel there, that big hotel?
Yeah.
So he ran through the hotel to like a back door. He ran to the hotel. The cops had chased him to the hotel. This guy's got a butcher knife, whatever. And he ends up over in some backyard. And he tries to jump a fence and he gets cut open within the fence. And so he gets arrested for attempted murder. And he's still in county, and like who knows what the charge is going to be go through or cop a plea to maybe something lesser. But still, like, dude, like a guy chasing through a parking lot and his dogs didn't do shit. Like his dogs didn't help him. His dog's like, oh, we're playing? You know what I'm saying? Yeah, thanks a
Yeah.
lot.
Dude, you fuck around, you find out, bro. You give someone a beer, you might find out. So it is what it is. But bro, I mean, especially in the city. I mean, obviously, like New York City and like the subways and shit like that. There's people with like mental illness everywhere. Drug addicts, people with schizophrenia, talking to themselves. Like,
About that, there's nowhere to go. If
yeah,
you're in a subway or you're in a train, it's a cage match. There's nowhere to go. What do you do on the tracks? He has the advantage because he has nothing to lose and he's crazy. And you're
yeah,
like, oh no, I got cigars coming tomorrow. Like, oh, I don't want to get stabbed. You know what I'm saying?
yeah,
No. And
yeah.
there you go. You're gonna smoke your best shit. That guy was the reckoning. That guy's proving Richie's true. One, stay strapped, but two, smoke your best cigars.
Yeah, bro.
And as that guy's shaking you, you're like, I should have smoked my best shit. And he's like, you should have smoked your best shit.
Wait, but I haven't smoked my 20th yet. I haven't smoked my 20th.
And there you go. You're an idiot if you're not smoking your best shit. Now, if you have so many cigars and they're all great, that's different because it doesn't matter. But for regular guys, if you got 20 cigars,
Yeah,
smoke your best stuff every day. What are you waiting for? You might meet that guy on the park bench. And I'll show you the bench right here.
that's crazy.
There's the
Yo,
bench.
yo, PG, what up, bro? PG in the
There's the
house.
bench. You see the bench?
Yeah,
That was the bench. The guy sitting there, in the middle of the night. My girlfriend broke up with me. Oh, I'm sorry, man. You want a Miller Lite? What?
dude, that's fucking nuts, bro. It's crazy. Yo, honestly, I used to wear like my AirPods in the subway, like the noise canceling, and I'm like, you know what? I'm wearing one now because like you got to be aware, you got to be alert, you got to hear and like look. I like look around. Like I used to be like oblivious in my phone. I'm like, you can't do that nowadays. Like,
You
you
should
know,
get you one of these, a metal water container, because it
yeah,
works great blocking knives or even into the head. You know what I'm saying? So
yeah,
some guy, at least you have something. It's a protect and hit. If some guy's coming at you with a knife, at least you have something. You know what I'm
yeah,
saying? And it's
yeah,
inconspicuous. Nothing illegal in New York City about a water bottle. It's made of metal.
yeah,
But whatever. You know.
bro. This cabinet's nice.
That's what I'm trying to tell you, bro. You have to zoom out and understand what that message is. It's a Connecticut cigar, but it's the high end Connecticut. It's better than even the regular Ashton. The regular Ashton Connecticut, I'm not saying it's bad at all, but I think it's overpriced for what it is, like 12, 13, $14, maybe even more.
Yeah,
But the cabinet is the better one. Um, and then after that, then you're going to go to either VSG,
yeah.
ESG, or those are all phenomenal cigars.
Rich,
Uh,
this is the cigar you gave that guy that one day that had the kid that you were in the parking lot. You like gave him the cigar. That was nice of you. Yeah, I remember that.
And I paid $9.99, $10 for it on the clearance aisle. That in a lounge most of the times that's around $20. That cigar.
Dude, that's nice. I wonder what the blend is. I've been recently getting into like looking into the blends, like obviously binder, filler, wrapper, and things like that. And like, you
It's
know,
harder to how do I explain this? It's harder to like figure out a blend in a Connecticut because even though you think that it's a mild wrapper, it takes over the blend so much. Like if I give you a Dominican cigar with a Connecticut blend or a Nicaraguan cigar with a Connecticut wrapper, same wrapper. You know what I'm saying though? It's not like the Nicaraguan with the Connecticut over it to be like the strongest cigar you ever had. It's like Connecticut really chill. And that's why I try to tell you the wrapper is so important. People say, "Oh, it's one leaf." Yeah, but it's the placement. It's the
yeah,
place. You know what I'm saying though? Like, you get what I'm saying though? The
yeah.
place.
I like the Henry Clay because the binder is a broadleaf, if I'm not mistaken. So it's got the Connecticut wrapper, but the broadleaf binder. So it's like an inside out Connecticut. I mean, whatever. It's pretty cool.
Henry Clay is pretty strong for Connecticut, and the Warhawk and everything. Yeah, it's a good cigar.
Yeah,
So this cigar, it really reminds me of, if you know how 64 is like the cheaper version of the 26.
yeah,
It's 1 year less of age, so it's a little more edgy compared to. It's still a smooth cigar, the 64, but compared to the 26 is like the cream of the crop of Padron as far as the regular series. And then the
yeah,
64 is like, well, if you want to save a little money and a little more raw power, and a little more oomph, but a little less smooth, you're gonna love the 64. This
yeah.
is like this is like the 64 to the 26, but this is like the 64 to the 64. Does that make any sense? This feels like a step down from the 64, but almost
Interesting.
the same cigar, and it's a lot cheaper. So what I'm saying is, if you want to have like the cheaper version of a 64, I would check out the Aganorsa leaf.
Interesting.
Because it's Nicaraguan tobacco, and it really just feels like a little like a 64 that had less age, and it's so I'm not saying it's rough by any means, but you know what I'm saying. I'm just trying to give people an
Yeah.
idea to compare it to. You know what I'm saying though.
Have you had the Supreme Leaf by Aganorsa? I know Saka's a big fan of that cigar.
You know, it's funny you said that because I bought that today, I believe, in the clearance aisle for $5.99.
No way.
I was like, I only had one. I was like, yo, that doesn't belong in there. And so,
Really?
is that the one with the gold band?
No, I think it's yellow with like orange and purple. I don't know. I don't
Okay,
know if
what's
it's
the one with the gold band? The signature. I bought the gold band today. I'm gonna review that one.
nice. Cool.
I bought that. I got some new sticks that. So there was another one called Amber. Did you ever hear this one, Amber? It was called Amber something, and it was a Dominican Puro, which I'm interested because anytime you have a Dominican Puro of number one, you're thinking Opus X, right? You know what I'm saying,
Yeah.
though.
Yeah.
So my point is that they're having so much Opus X, and it was only about $10, but it was a Corona, so that
Mm.
is not that cheap. Meaning, if it was full size Toro, probably at least $13. So I'm going to be interested in reviewing that cigar. It's a small Corona, but it doesn't make any sense because it was a brand new box, but all the cello was like orange. And I'm like,
Really? That's
how
crazy.
old is this box? It was brand new.
Yeah.
Sometimes they told me that at that shop, because within the Smokers Friendly brand, some of their shops are better than others. Some shops suck. Some this is
Yeah.
I don't like using them either though, but they have a lot of clearance stuff and they have a lot more better stuff. And sometimes they say they get stuff from the warehouse that might have been sitting there for 3, 4, 5 years, and they just got to it. So
Yeah.
sometimes they age it for you by accident. So I
Yeah.
think had some time on
That's
it,
cool.
bro.
Nice.
I
That's awesome.
I'm,
That's the
I'm gonna
come
read
up right there.
that one. What's that?
I said that's the come up right there. That's awesome. I mean, that's sick. I mean,
Yeah, that one was only $8.99, and it's because somebody look up that cigar. It's called Amber Puro or something like that. It's a Dominican cigar. I don't know who even makes it, but it looked like a nice band and everything. It did. The box was nice. It didn't look like a shit cigar, and I'm like, how many
okay.
times do you get a Dominican Puro?
Yeah.
That's what it said on it. Um, oh, if somebody could look it up. I appreciate it.
Yeah. Rich, what did you think about that half wheel list that came out today? You like the list? Or, I mean, I think it's better than Scar Aficionado, 100%.
Yes, it's better than Cigar Aficionado, but there's still some bullshit in it. Because how is Rocky Patel beating Padron and Davidoff? Get the fuck out of it. I'm so sick of it. I'm so sick. Rocky Patel's got to be giving people money by the hand.
Yeah.
Number three, the Rocky Patel white. Oh yeah, yeah. Let's have that over Padron. Let's
Yeah.
have let's see Padron 95 Family Reserve or Rocky Patel. You're out of your mind. I'm
Yeah.
sorry. I'm sorry. Nobody, you, you know what I'm saying? No, and look, even Big Firm tested me with Rocky Patel, and I didn't know, and it was a blind test. And I said it was a good cigar, wasn't great, felt like a decent, like mid-tier cigar, 8 to 12 range. And that was Rocky. That was a Disciple. That's one of his better cigars. And so I said it was good, but not great. And and it started off good, and then the finish got a little weird. Point is though, so blind taste test with Rocky, you're not gonna fool me. So how can
Yeah.
somebody sit there and if you gave me a blind taste test with any Davidoff and a Rocky, and Richie would be like, you know what though? That one there, oh, it's a Davidoff? Yeah. The Rocky?
Yeah. Yo, Rich, yo, it's wild. Like, not to like, ruffle your feather or pat your back even more, but like, yo, that blind review that was crazy, bro. You were on point with like the blend, the cost
The
of it, like the
the Rocky.
flavor, like the wrapper, dude.
Do you, do
Honestly,
you,
like,
do you think it's a fucking game?
you think this is a
Do you think
fucking
it's a
game?
fucking game? You think this is a fucking game? You think it's a fucking bro? Do you think I'm bullshitting? Nobody wants to test Richie, man. Nobody. That's
Rich,
why they don't know what to do with me. I'm not marketable because I'm not here kissing ass.
Rich,
I'm
I'm gonna send
I'm
you,
doing all that.
I'm gonna send you a David off no rapper. I'm gonna send you a Dutch master with no rapper. Imagine, bro. No, that'd be horrible. I wouldn't do that. I wouldn't do that to you. I wouldn't do that to you.
Yeah,
But
dude. I to put an Opus X wrapper on a Quorum cigar.
dude,
Here you go.
honestly, like
Amber is Artista. El Artista. El Artista. That's the brand. Actually, I think El Artista is actually, oh, believe it or not, owned by Gurkha, but I believe it's made by Aganorsa or something to that effect. So
yeah,
I even think Sindicato. So that's so it. Yeah, test me, man.
bro, yo, that honestly was sick. Honestly, would love to fucking honestly like send you like another little batch of sticks and fucking just take all the bands off of them and have like a little label like key on my end and just see
But
what you
you notice
think.
when I smoked the cigar, I didn't say I know for without shadow of doubt. But what I said was this: this feels like a cigar that I would have bought between the $8 to $12 at a lounge. Now, not talking about when we factor in CBID, bro.
Yeah,
You can get $5 Microsoft for $3. I mean, that's insane. But you get them, that's a whole other world. But when we're talking about lounge pricing, dude, I've only done like 1,500 reviews in the past, so like I'm pretty good about that. And I was pretty
dude.
good about being a Mexican San Andreas rapper. Pretty good about being Nicaraguan tobacco. And then when I said, remember, it started off good, but then it went a little bad in the finish, and it got kind of hot in the middle. I'm telling you, Rockies are notorious for doing that. I had a friend, I told you, the mayor, and he would smoke some higher end Rockies. I mean, this guy smoking the best shit, but he would still like dabble because when he go to a lounge, he'd bring his own sticks. He'd always buy one or two, and then most of the time give them away because he's like he was so rich. He's like, yeah, I'm not smoking this. But he just
Yeah,
buy, and so that way he didn't piss off the house. You know what I'm saying? No,
yeah.
he would come in with a satchel, and he would always have about $1,000 worth of cigars, and like no more than 10. But he was just rocking, man, rocking. Just like he bringing like two Royal releases. Yeah, I'm smoking two Royal releases today. Hey, here's a free Rocky, And guys were happy because whatever.
Yeah.
My point is like I remember smoking a Rocky, and then he got halfway through, and he's like, fuck, he put it down. He goes, these never finish right, and like obviously he knows what he's talking about. You know what I'm saying? Like so
That happens with me with Dumbarton. Honestly, like every sobremesa I've smoked, the last third is like not smokable. Like it's not even like I feel like certain blends, like the final third, it might like ramp up the flavor. If it gets a little like maybe like a little bit more robust, but like I don't know, it just kind of fucking kills the vibe of the blend. So
yeah, I feel that. PG, listen, Dunbarton is not a brand I can recommend. Meaning, I can't recommend the whole brand, like Aladino. So Dunbarton has some sticks I like. I actually like the cheaper cigar, the Umbagog, because for the money for what it was, I thought it was on point. The
yeah,
Mikitas, I had a good time. The red is better than the blue. The 50th anniversary Mikita, right? Is that what it was? Yeah, I had a 50th Mikita. Somebody sent me. That one was solid. That was their best one, in my opinion, because that felt like a Liga number 9.
mm.
Have you had the 50th Mikita?
No,
By
but
Dun-
there was three Dumbartons on the list. There was the Sobremesa, the Paladin de Saco. There was the Mikirita Black, and then the
that was
red the red
that,
Tricky Chaka.
that was it. The Mikita Black. Here's the thing, though, bro. But how could you have three cigars from the same brand? Get the fuck out of here. Because at that point, you're just kissing ass. I can stand one of them. But because if we really want to get, and you put only Opus X, one, okay, so if we're saying money's on an option, you're telling me you're not going to put the Black Rain, both the buys, and, throw in a Power Ranger. What You get what I'm saying? At the end of the day, like, that's why
I mean,
money has to
yeah,
be an option. Money has to be an option because that's like saying, what's a good car? I'm in a Corolla. It's a great car for
yeah,
20,000. Commuter car, reliable,
yeah,
efficient, no maintenance. But sure, Ferrari's better. So when you say what's a great car? So how could you have a Ferrari and a Corolla on the same list? Yeah, the price has to be factored in.
yeah.
You
I
know what I'm
mean,
saying?
at least they did the Destino Siglo and fucking the Shark. Like, obviously, like if it was a regular Destino Siglo, maybe like a Robusto, like come on, like I mean, obviously it's a world class cigar. I've never had one, but I've obviously heard great things. But like, I don't know, of all the cigars to like, and that didn't even come out this past year. Like, I don't know, maybe Jeremy can correct me. I don't know if that's a newer.
Okay, so once again, you're gonna put the Shark lower, Eddie Shark, but Opus X, this and an aged Opus X under a Rocky Patel, like, bro, just stop, stop. I would rather believe someone who licked a homeless man's ass and said, "Wow, that's fresh." I would believe that over someone saying a Rocky Patel beat a Opus X any, let alone a Shark, let alone a
Yeah.
Destino, which is extra. Come on,
Yeah.
dude, dude, come on, like, come on.
What I do like that Hatfield does, like that the Asian guy, I don't know his name, but he takes like a list of all the lists and like makes like a he like rates like everyone's list and puts them into one, which is pretty cool. I think that's pretty interesting. But
Rate the Richie recommended list, so I could care less. You know what I'm saying though? And I'm just saying, bro. But if there's one bullshit cigar on his list, I disrespect it. So yeah, his list was better than Cigar Aficionado, and I respect that. It is. But come on, Rocky Patel's in the top five. It shouldn't be anything in there. And that, dude, come on, come on.
dude, and Rich, to your point before, I feel like these companies are just lining their pockets. Like Rocky, like you said,
Of
Rocky, like
course, because
dude, like
I'll say this: Rocky's a major player, and he
yeah,
sells a lot of cigars because there's more newbies and more guys that are just like, I want to, you know what I'm saying though. So, well, come on, bro. And it wasn't like you even said the Rocky 60s or ALR is more expensive ones, which would be better than a Rocky Patel White.
dude. The last Rocky I had was a Rocky number 6, and I don't know if I'd ever smoke a Rocky ever again. Like I just had a horrible experience with that cigar. Like I
Well,
don't
here's
know.
the deal, a lot of Rockies are made by Plasencia, right? But that doesn't. How do I explain this? And I love Plasencia, but I love Plasencia cigars. Plasencia will make a cigar for anyone. But you understand what I'm saying? When like for example, it's like if you said go to David office, say David, I want to make a cigar. Okay, well, how much are you gonna give me? All right, I'll give you $5 per stick, and then you're flipping them for $15. Doesn't
Yeah,
mean it's a cigar. You know what I'm saying though? Because now you got to make profit. So the same price cigar between Plasencia and Rocky, right? Obviously, the Plasencia's be better because they don't have a middleman. Do you understand what I'm saying though?
yeah,
And Rocky's selling more by volume. So if you go to Plasencia and Rocky's like, I need 3 million of these cigars, how good do you think they're gonna be?
yeah,
How can you going to be when Rocky's just like, listen, I want him fast. You know what I'm saying though? So come
yeah.
on,
I feel like
you know
he's coming out with a new blend like every fucking week, dude. Like
this
like
this this is
like
not this is
how
not new.
much even if even like he was even from that like fact alone, like you could just tell he's not putting a lot of thought into like these blends. If he's just churning out blend after blend after blend,
Are you going
like
back to the past and just repeating what I said? And I'm not trying to be a dick. I'm saying I'm agreeing with you,
oh no
dude.
no no, I'm not.
No, I know. I've said this for years that
Yeah
you know I never said I had a problem. See, because it's still I never had a problem really with construction with his that never was a draw. I'm not saying they were the best, but
yeah
you know the issue was the blend. Like, what's the message? And like it's Rocky cigars never felt special in my opinion.
yeah.
They
It's
never
like the
felt.
new Rocky. It's the new Rocky. Yo, have you tried the new Rocky? Yo, you tried the new Rocky? Yo, you tried the new Rocky? Like
You get what I'm trying to say though?
yeah.
Like
It also like dilutes his own brand too. At that point, like it's like if you're coming out with a pair of
I'm
sneakers or like
dropping
I
it.
don't know, like
Very
yeah
flaky. Dropping it. I'm just hanging out tonight. Yeah, bro. Dude, trust me. There's no respect for Rocky Patel against guys that smoke serious cigars. Any guy smoking Padron and Opus X, and I'm not saying as a snob, but just understanding, some of the best shit in the world is gonna go. But you know what though is on this. I'm not saying you can't smoke a Rocky Patel. If you
yeah
want to Rocky, enjoy it. But if don't tell me, right? Don't have cheeseburger and tell me it's lobster. Don't have
yeah
cheeseburger and tell me it's filet mignon. So don't tell me you're gonna put Rocky Patel anywhere near Davidoff. Are you out of your mind? You're disrespecting yourself and the
yeah.
lounge.
Yo, Rich,
Rocky
quick, yeah. Yo, quick,
number
quick
three.
question. Yeah, I agree with you. Do you think like your palate is like adjusting to not smoking like the top tier, or like, obviously like when's the last time you smoked like a fucking Oliva Milano? It's been like a while. Like what, like 2 months?
No, over a month. And dude, no, dude, that was a great vacation on Opuses and Don Carlos. It was great. But the reality is, I'm not a rich guy, right? And the reality is, if anyone says something to Richie is much appreciated, but I don't expect it, and I don't expect it to happen every time. So
Yeah,
it was a fantastic. It was like a vacation, right? And then the
yeah,
last day you come back to work, and you're like, all right, now get time time to go make the donuts. You know what I'm saying? No,
yeah,
so like also like at the end of the day, hanging out. Not that I'm a review channel really much anymore, but I do here and there, but it's not my goal. But right now, putting out content about this cigar, yeah, this cigar can't touch Padron. This cigar can't touch any of those, even the Don Carlos.
yeah,
But but guys are going to smoke these. I'm going to put them out there, and I think this is a good mid-tier cigar at $12, and that's at that place. I'm sure you can get it cheaper at $10 at a lounge that has better pricing, and I think it's a good cigar for what it is. It's not going to be as smooth as a Padron 64, but it's in that category, and
yeah.
you get them
It,
trying.
it's funny. You were eating like the highest like steakhouses in the city, and like you came back down to earth a little bit. You're at the diner right now. You're hanging out. But like
And that's
diner food,
good.
yeah,
And
diner food's good. But yeah,
hey, if you zoom out, well, you're right. If you zoom in, right? If you
yeah,
zoom in the diner and you saw Rich, if you zoom in and you saw one day you see Richie in the diner with Opus X, and the next day with Agonisa, you're gonna go, oh yeah, I'm slumming it now. But if you zoom out, all you do is see a guy in the diner smoking a cigar. You know what I'm saying? And the other days, I'm still smoking a cigar.
yeah,
And that's the only way you're gonna expand your mind and get experience in all different categories. But here's the thing: unlike these stupid lists, I'm not comparing this to Opus X. You know,
yeah,
I'm
yeah,
not comparing it to Padron. What I'm saying is, it feels like a cheaper, lower tier version of Padron. I'm not saying, oh, it's just like the 26, man, but better and
yeah,
price. Like, I'd be lying to you. You have to factor in the price. How could you not factor in the price?
yeah. I hear you.
You know.
That's
That's on
great.
my list. I didn't compare them to each other. I said they're all great, but for what they are, some are better values than others, and some have no value. Some are just like, yo, get it at any price, just if you can get it. So there's different situations on different cigars, but
Dude, that was wild, man. I mean, even like obviously you say like smoke your best shit, and like I think I got to take that to heart a little bit more than I do, and I obviously I don't do that now, and like I like that like frame of reference where like tomorrow is never promised, and like you gotta like just live life to the fullest and enjoy like what you
right.
have, and like I think that's a great like even for life.
It's
I think
one thing
that's a
to
great
have
mindset to have.
life confidence in yourself, but you need to have zero confidence in tomorrow. Meaning, what did you bust your ass for to pay for these cigars
Yeah,
and not to use them? And once
yeah,
again, if you have a master collection, then let's say you have 5,000 cigars. Well, you have so many great cigars. In that case, they're all great. So just you just enjoy them. But for
yeah,
most guys, you have under 100 sticks. You smoke them, man. You know what I'm saying? No,
yeah,
like what do you? Well, the point is, if you have them, let's say you have all those cigars you got, but then you
yeah,
buy some daily smokes. What are you doing smoking $3 cigars for? What? What you got those just for show? You know what I'm
yeah.
saying? You get what I'm saying though?
I hear you. Now, Rich, what did you say about like that like quote that you have about like when cigars are in your cabinet, you can't enjoy them, but if you smoke them, you have them for life. Like I like that as well. I think that's
Yeah, because a cigar before you smoke it, you enjoy that you own it, but the cigar's on the outside of you, and it's just an idea that oh yeah, I have that cigar, but you haven't had it. Once you destroy the cigar by lighting it and consume it, it becomes a permanent memory forever. And the next time you see one, you remember it. But if you have you got cigars in your humidor you never smoked. So if you
yeah,
went out and bought another one, or you went to a lounge, you saw it, or somebody said, "Did you ever smoke this?" No, but I own them. That's like having a girlfriend you never fucked. Yeah, I'll come over. I'll teach you a lesson. You know what I'm saying though? If you
yeah,
got good shit, smoke it.
yeah,
That's what I'm trying to say.
yeah,
Most okay, like me and you, I say we're both middle class guys, right? We're not
yeah,
super, right? But now
yeah.
when you have a great cigar, that's really nice for your situation. A middle class guy smoking an Opus X or a Padron, you're like, you know what? Life's good, right, man?
Yeah, man. Honestly, I don't know. I'm not that I'm like afraid to smoke them, but like I feel like I always like like a big occasion, like a birthday or like a Christmas or like New Year's. Like I feel like I gotta shake that whole mindset because I feel
Hey,
like
show me where you have a contract with the God of this world. Not of this world, that's Satan, the God of the universe, which is God. Let me know how much time he gave you so you can plan that out. He's gonna say, Gio, I'm gonna give you a life of 52 years. So, and you're like, and so you know when you're gonna die. And so in this case, act accordingly. You
yeah,
don't know. You don't know what it is.
yeah,
You don't know what it is. There could be a gas leak tomorrow and you don't wake up, carbon monoxide, Gio, dead. Rest in peace, motherfucker. And now the fireman's dragging your body out. He goes, hold on, close the door. You see all these fucking cigars? That fireman will be I know firemen, and God bless. They'll run into a burning building, but they'll take your cigars. And you know
yeah,
what? Good, because you don't deserve them. You didn't smoke them.
yeah.
You think
Rich,
I'm joking?
nah, I hear you, Rich. I gotta write a will. If anything happens to me, it goes to Richie in Colorado here.
I don't want, and I want you to enjoy them, my
I'm
friend.
only, I'm only joking. I'm only joking. But yeah, I'm gonna hop off. But yo, Rich, good chat, man. It's always a pleasure. Glad to see you back. I know the lounges as well, and appreciate you, bro.
Well, shut the fuck up.
What you mean, shut the fuck up, dude?
No, I'm just saying. I had to say something like that because
No, Rich, you deserve your flowers. I don't give a fuck if you want to hear it or not. I think it helps. I mean, we appreciate you. I appreciate you, and like obviously you put a lot of time and effort into the fucking like you dedicate your fucking hours of your day to like make us happy and make us laugh and smile. And I appreciate you. And
no, but it's the real deep reason is I give a shit about you guys. I do. I care about you guys, and you care about me, and that's something the world doesn't care about you. You do something bad, or you don't show up to work, or you die, they'll replace you in a day. You know
Yeah,
what I'm saying? You can't pay your rent, they'll kick you out, get the sheriff, and they'll replace you the next day. Have a new renter in there. So have a guy come in, clean your apartment real quick, mop it, dust it, whatever, and here you go. You're out. So when I say nobody cares, it's a real thing. As long as you pay the piper, yeah, okay, they'll leave you alone. But trust
yeah.
me, nobody cares. You can be like, "Man, remember I paid you the rent last month? I've been here 2 years." Yeah, but you're 2 months late. Ah, ah, ah. And now you got your Opus X in a duffel bag, and you're living on the streets.
All right, I'm gonna smoke a Royal tomorrow, bro. I'll let you know how it is.
You gonna smoke a what?
I said I'm gonna smoke a Royal tomorrow. I'll let you know
You
how it
got
is.
a release you're not smoking?
What was that? I haven't smoked one yet. I haven't smoked one yet.
Wait, how many Royal Release do you got?
I got a box of Robustos and 4 Salamones.
What are you waiting for?
What are you waiting
What are you
for?
waiting? It's like saying if like in the Bible, when Jesus came to certain towns, there were people that just would come outside just to meet him and spend time with him. And some people say, "Why are you giving him this food? You could have gave it to the poor." And he said, "The Son of Man, you don't have all the time, but you always will have the poor." Well, in this case, the Royal Release is a godlike cigar. It's sitting there waiting for you, and you're not going to spend time with it. It's a gift to even have that. It's a gift to even have that society even made that cigar for you. You know how much work goes into make a Royal Release, and you're not going to enjoy it. You're not only it's not enjoying it. You're not going to smoke it.
Yeah,
Guy
bro.
knock on the door. Hey, Gio, you want to hang out? Gio, want to hang out? Nah, I'm saving it for my birthday. Really? Because I'm gonna fucking let you die next week. Too bad.
Dude, bro.
Enjoy it, dude. Smoke your best shit.
Well, Rich, next time you're in New York, I said this last time. If we ever meet up, I got a Royal with your name on it, all right, bro?
Yeah, yeah. Don't worry. I think we should definitely hang out. You know.
Rich, come to Queens. Come hang out, bro. I'll fucking take a nice dinner, bro. I'll fucking wine and dine you a little bit, smoke some cigars, hang out, be boys and shit, That's it.
Yeah, we'll see what happens, my friend.
All right, bro. Stay fresh, Rich. God bless, all right?
Stay strapped, bro.
All right, bro. Peace, bro.
Peace. Yeah, exactly, Lone Star. He said I spoke to you. Triple Goat knows it. Yeah, just like when you say Placencia makes five Vegas, just because Placencia is a good brand and their own cigars are really good, it doesn't mean that everything people contract through Placencia is going to be a great cigar. Because if people contract a cheap cigar, you think Placencia is going to go, "Oh, we're going to give you Almaforte for $2." You get what I'm trying to say, though? So when you have contracted cigars, there's a range. You know what I'm saying, though? And I don't recommend Five Vegas. I don't recommend that at all. And to answer your question, uh, I always prefer I always prefer Liga number 9 over T52 Lone Star. Number 9 over 52 every time. What happened? Are you here? Jeremy, what happened? Shout out to you, Gio. Shout out to you, Gio. Um, so I do recommend this cigar. Yo, what's up, bruh?
What's up, brother? How are you?
How you doing? You staying fresh?
hmm
How's the weather out there?
Actually, it's been the last couple of days. A lot of rain, like 44 degrees. That's really weird for a Michigan winter in January.
Yeah, take it. If you're above freezing, take it.
Yeah, yeah. That could have all been snow, so I'm not
Bro,
complaining.
it's been cold here, man. And now it's 25 degrees. The temperature drop. It is not nice out. You know what I'm saying, though?
Yeah.
It is
I have
not.
a feeling we're about to get a wallop. I have a feeling it's going to get cold.
Yeah, it's the cold. Dude, we've had a lot of snow this year. I'm not saying a massive snowstorm, but we've had like every week there's been snow. By the time the roads clear up, Monday we're getting more snow. So it's like I just want to have like a couple of weeks, because you get spoiled. Colorado, it's really sunny here. So when you have a couple of days of gray clouds all day, it's depressing because you're so used to. Colorado is the sunniest state in America in the 48. Colorado is always sunny, man. It really is. Colorado has sun. Did you know 300 days out of the year? That's a lot.
Yeah, I didn't know that.
Oh, bro, you take it for granted out here. It's always sunny out here. It's crazy. It's
Yeah,
crazy. Like
but I mean, your winters are pretty cold though, right?
they weren't the past 2 years. This year we've got some cold. But here's the thing, though: during the day, even if it's cold, if the sun's out, it's not cold because with the higher elevation, I'm telling you, that whole bullshit. We're
Mm,
not 90 miles from the sun. This extra mile of altitude, bro. If you're in the sun and it's like 32 degrees, but it's sunny out in Colorado in the wintertime, you could wear shorts and like a light jacket, and you'd be fine, fine. So you know what I'm saying that it's that being closer to the sun, man. I never like when you drive around here during the day and the sun's out, you have to wear sunglasses. I've never been anywhere else in America where you have. If you don't, you're like blinding trying to drive. So like we're not 90 million miles away. If you had 90 million dollars, I took a dollar, you wouldn't even know, right? So I'm telling you, like it's that this whole elevation thing, being a mile closer to the sun, it means something. I've never, dude. The sun is so powerful out here. People's windshields like explode from the heat. If you park in the direct sun with no shade, people's glass fucking like shatters from the sun.
no shit,
Oh yeah, I'm lucky. I park both, work and my home. I park in an indoor garage. I got really lucky. What are you smoking, my friend?
bro. I am smoking the Olmec Claro. Holy fuck!
How dark is that?
I would say about 65% darkness. It's not real. I got the Maduro here. I'm about to light up in a minute, so I'm gonna smoke the Maduro after this. But I tell you what, this is fucking godlike. Like this cigar is amazing.
And you liked it even better than the Maduro.
I've had Maduro once. I'm going to smoke it again at right after this because I want to do a true comparison. The Maduro was good, but this might beat the Maduro.
I'm just fooling around my phone charger right now
Okay.
because it's a. But even then, like it's like I have to get a new car charger that works. This thing, like I and it never breaks. Same charger since I met her. Me, I go through a charger a month.
Damn. Yeah, bro. With this Claro, like I said, I had the Maduro. I don't know if you heard me. You were freezing up a little, but this might be better. One minor complaint though. It will
What
not
is?
hold an ash. The ashes fell on me 3 fucking times.
That's okay. Sometimes, well, it's because it has a lighter wrapper. Maybe it's more delicate. Who knows, right?
No, they're both San Andreas wrappers. Actually, the Maduro is just fermented
More
longer to give it that darker color, I believe.
interesting.
But I don't know. I don't remember the Maduro being like. I don't know. We'll see. I'm gonna light it up in a second. But bro, I mean, off the start,
Gonna smoke back to back.
yeah, I'm gonna smoke them back to back.
Well, that'd be interesting because who knows how the hell if they blend well together. They shouldn't. It should in a way. You know what I'm saying? Though. What kind of notes are you getting?
When I first lit it up, very spicy, um, wood, coffee, a little bit of almond. Um, but once you got into the second, third, that spicy sweet retrohale went away and got replaced with a caramel sweet retrohale. Oh my
That,
god!
that's really nice, bro. That's what you know
Oh
you
my
have
god!
is good age of that tobacco.
And
Um,
it kept a lot of the same notes though, woody, kind of earthy, almond. It got a little bit of a charred earth later on though. But that oh my god, the caramel sweetness. Oh my
I
god.
think it's a pretty classy cigar. I think it's the highest tier cigar Tabernacle ever made. I mean, Foundation ever made. Would you agree?
Yeah. Nick Malil hit a fucking
That's what I like
this
about it is You know when I talk about Rocky Patel, I say Rocky Patel, we haven't had his best cigar yet.
Mm,
In this case, with Foundation, we finally had their best cigar. You know what I'm
yeah.
saying? No, that cigar beats every other Foundation cigar, and
But
that's
what you said about this can hang with Padron, I 100% agree. 100%.
and it burns slower than Padron.
Yeah, yeah,
And I'm not saying, oh, now I'm not gonna smoke Padron. I'm just saying it's nice having something else in that tier that it's like Nikes and Reeboks. You could play basketball on both. They're in the same category, you know. So in this
yeah.
case, it could really hang out with drone. And I would you agree that it really is in that? I said that's
I
in Maduro was between the 64 and 26. I thought it was a little smoother than 64, but a little more raw power than the 26.
yeah. That's exactly. It's funny you said that. That's exactly what I was just going to say. I think it sits right in between those.
Richie doesn't fucking lie.
It's
And I
26.
think
That's
that's
right in the
perfect
two.
though. Why? Because that way, sometimes people saw the 26 and they'd rather have the 64 because it's a little more power, or
Yeah,
person. I think it's a sweet spot.
yeah.
So
Oh man, that was amazing cigar. I highly, if you
40,
can find the Clearo.
I gotta try it. We got to update with Gio.
Wrappers. It's a San Andreas wrapper, Gio. It's a San Andreas on both. Um, Maduro is just fermented
But here's
longer
the thing
too.
about this, and people notoriously in the industry have said that Padron 26 is the San Andreas wrapper. Did you know that?
I'm
They
sorry,
want
say that again.
people in the industry that I knew that own cigar shops and in the industry said that the Padron 26 is a San Andreas wrapper, but they won't
Hmm,
disclose.
interesting. I didn't know that. I mean, I know it's all, but see, I thought all Padron was all Nicaraguan Puro for the most part. No,
And that's a thought, but when do they advertise Puro though? But I'm saying it's because
yeah,
they advertise it's a Nicaraguan brand, but just because Nicaraguan brand doesn't mean that they're going to use all Nicaraguan rappers.
yeah. I mean, I've
Nicaragua's not
seen.
making the best rappers. You know what I'm saying? Though,
Yeah, yeah, yeah. I don't know. There could be some truth to that. Yeah, I'm not sure. I mean, I've seen their fields like on YouTube videos and stuff. I mean, they talk about. I thought all their tobacco was Nicaraguan sun grown.
All right, and I would agree with you on that on the perception, but I'm telling you, guys, I knew that in the industry they would say no, it's a Mexican San Andreas rapper, and
Yeah,
and I think with the FDA, eventually people don't they have to all disclose what it is for legal reasons?
that's what I thought. Yeah, I mean, when they were going through that, right? Like everything had to be disclosed. Like any new brands, like weren't
Right, but they
really
disclose it
approved.
to them, but are they disclosing it to us? You know?
Yeah, I don't know. But see, then all that got dropped. So
Well, and maybe to in Padrone's thinking, people would think, oh, it's not as good as the cigar it is because it's a Mexican San Andreas wrapper, and that couldn't be further from the truth. Like the San Andreas wrapper, like, dude, that's some of the best stuff on strong cigars. I'm not saying the San Andreas wrapper goes good with everything, but with
yeah, yeah,
Nicaragua strong tobacco has a lot of age, and Mexican San Andreas is one of the best combinations for that kind of cigar, that kind of
yeah,
party. For straightforward, if you wanted a weird, unique cigar, no. But for that
yeah,
class, earth, black pepper, and chocolate, and in that kind of category, what you get out of Padrones, and they burn well together. Um, but I think Mexican San Andreas wrapper has a lot of range because if you, that thing looks nice, man.
yeah.
Like I've
Tough to
had
set fire
Mexican
to it.
wrappers and it tastes like shit. If you have a cigar and a wrapper that's not aged right, like Mexican San Andreas wrapper, I think it needs a lot of time. Like if they age like the 64 has 4 years, the 26 has 5 years. You age that tobacco and it smooths out and becomes
Oh yeah,
a thing. But here's what I always said. I never like cheap Nicaraguan cigars. Meaning, if you give me a strong Nicaraguan cigar that has very little age, it's gonna be like what I call like a cowboy cigar. You know what I'm saying? No, like just like a barnyard soup, too rough. Kind of like picture like when you go to the 1000 series. When you have Nicaraguan tobacco, it's only aged only 2 years. So when you say tobacco is great, Nicaraguan tobacco, in my opinion, stick heavy tobacco needs more time to become beautiful.
yeah,
But
yeah.
might have guys that want that cowboy feel, you know.
Right. I like. I see. Right. I like the spice and pepper. I know we've talked about it. I mean, like, I'm not a huge. I'm not saying they're not world class cigars, but like the Padron Family Reserve, most of that tobacco is aged like 10 years, so it's a completely different experience than smoking a 64 or 26.
Oh yeah,
Um,
but they're not weak at all.
I don't like it as much though. I like that power and spice, so I prefer the 64, 26. Sometimes even the 1000 series. I don't mind those when I really want a dirtier, earthier,
Yeah, if
younger
you get that,
tobacco.
then yes, you know what I'm saying though.
Yeah.
If you're in that mood, but what my thing, my issue with the 1000 series was when people think Padron and then they see Padron, oh, it's only $9, $8. I just try to tell people they're not even close on the same level. That's all I'm saying though. Like you can't compare 1000 series to a 26. That's all I'm saying. You know, uh, as far as the category. But then I can say that same thing about Fuente. You can't compare like a regular Chateau, or like a Cuban Corona. You can't compare that to an Ajo. So I guess what I'm trying to say is, some brands have a pretty large range, and some brands don't. Like if you're going to Atabay's top tier, period.
Mm-hmm.
Then even with the um, arrows and they're a little cheaper, still not like $5 cigars, $20. You know, so you know, but drone has range with the 1,000. I would know. I wish they'd make something between the 1,000. I wish they'd make something that was aged like something just a little classy, but cheap. 40 do that.
Yeah, I know what you mean. Just more like a high end mid tier.
Make me a $13 Padron. You know what I'm saying though? Make me
Yeah.
make me something between 1,000. I think that'd be great.
Yeah. I can hear you. Just give me I got a soft gentle heat, boys. Soft gentle heat.
Oh, you lighting that one up?
Yeah, I gotta light this up. So forgive
Purple
me
Gold
for
saying
just
likes
a
the bar.
moment.
Yeah, like I said, if you're to have like a cigar that's broad, 1,000 series can't. But for me, I have to balance it out. I drink like a margarita or a pina colada, and it kind of is like the beauty and the beast. But
Yeah.
what I'm trying to smoke 3 Patron 1,000 Maduros in a row. That would be my cup of tea. Maybe like, would you want a chain link? Out?
Yeah. You talking about the 1000 series Maduro?
Yeah, I mean, would you have like back to back?
Yeah. I mean, I actually think I prefer the natural in the 1000 series. I don't know. Like if I'm gonna go with a Padron Maduro, I'm gonna make sure it's like a 26. Like an 80 or something.
Can you hear me?
Yeah. Can you hear me?
Yeah, yeah. What's because anyone by the Ace big firm has liked it. But
You are breaking up a little bit, Rich, right now, though.
all right, so what we're gonna do is we're gonna have you come right back because I think that we did echo. We got a bad connection. I'm gonna
All right.
back.
Yep.
What's up, Caleb? How you doing? Stay fresh. Stay fresh. Now I've heard good things about the H99. I haven't tried it. I haven't seen it. The shop I went to didn't have any real selection of Fuentes today, or that much even in the Padron department, or any Ligas. I don't know where Gelsack is. Gelsack, he wants the invitation. You know, he wants. Yeah, I don't know where Gelsack is. I'm waiting for Jeremy to come back. Oh yeah, legend has it. And I will say this: you're going to get a lot of smoke time out of this Aganorsa leaf. Um, this thing, man, you get a lot of time out of this Aganorsa leaf. Definitely is burning a lot slower than a Padron. But I must say, I think everything else burns a lot slower than Padron. Um, that's part of their shtick in a sense, like it or love it. You know, you go to a 64, 26, or whatever. I noticed the Family Reserves burn a little slower, but the 64 and 26, they're known for their ignition. They're known, like guys always say, man, I never get a bad draw on these, or they just, and like I say, when you smoke a Padron 64, it starts off in the last third, meaning a Padron 64 starts off spicy and heavy, and it stays spicy and heavy on every puff. And I really respect that. Because, like this cigar, believe it or not, the first third was the strongest point, and then it started dying down a little bit. I'm not saying it's weak by any means, but it kind of it teared down. You know what I'm saying? No, in the excitement part. So I don't expect it to be Padron for half the price, but you understand what I'm saying? When you smoke a Padron 64 or 26, like even though it does smoke fast, you're getting a lot out of it. Every puff is like, oh shit. That's just my opinion. I don't know how you feel about them.
Yeah. Oh yeah. So far, this Maduro, wow, it is. So far, it's really good. We'll see. We'll see if it beats the Claro.
Interesting. Well, if anything, here's the thing: for the Claro for you to even to think about beating or being as good, the Claro's got to be good. Because
Yeah.
generally, to me, the natural it might be just a sun grown sense. Uh, the less dark version of a natural
Yeah.
compared to the Maduro, I always prefer the Maduro. So for the natural to be even considered, it's got to be great, man.
Yeah.
I gotta try it.
I think I might be about. I might get pissed off here though,
Why?
because I think this fucking cigar is tunneling on me. I just got this from the shop today.
So do you think
Fuck.
it's too much?
Because yeah, it's getting real hot already. Like halfway down. That's not normal.
Oof. It could have too much moisture, and then, but and also, where was that cigar before you lit it? In your pocket?
Where? It was just sitting out here with me.
Yeah, but it's cold out.
Yeah,
If you had it in your pocket, I think sitting outside in the cold air for a while, the cigar goes more into shock. You know what I'm saying, though?
that's possible. Yeah, I could have fucked it up.
Well, I'm not saying you fucked it up, but you have to always factor everything like a detective. Like if I was gonna have two cigars outside, I would keep one inside my pocket with my jacket over it, just to keep. You know what I'm saying? Because I'm telling you, like the cold air, if it sits out there, let's say for an hour, then you light it up, that cigar is not going to be happy. It's going to be like because the cold air that I think tobacco starts, you know, shrinking. You know what I'm saying though? So is the cigar going to be? So is the cigar going to be?
What's that?
The cigar go out on you or no?
The cigar go out on you or no? No, I actually cut the end off of it that was burning. Look at that.
Hmm. Yeah, I think that
Definitely
cold.
tunneled.
It's about 40 degrees, and that's about an hour, maybe more.
Maybe more.
I'm telling you, man, cigars don't like the cold. So if you go out in the cold and you're smoking right away, I think it's okay. But
So if you're cold and you're
sitting out
smoking right
there
away, I
before
think
for an hour or two, and then lighting it
sitting
might
out there
affect it.
before for an hour or two and
You know,
then like it might affect. Now it
oh,
just
that's all
became
right.
a
Yeah.
short robusto.
Well, you
That's all
gave
right. Yeah.
it
We'll
to
see if she
Jeremy.
burns.
I'm sorry, you gave it to Geo cut.
Jeremy,
Geo cuts off the nipple. He cuts off the chewing cap.
Geo cuts off the nipple. He cuts off the cap. All right, I'm not using soft gentle heat right now
Yeah,
because
no,
I'm
you
impatient.
expedient. I get it.
Yeah, no, you expedient. I get
Uh,
it. Yeah.
PG's light liquor Friday, is he?
PG's light liquor Friday.
Yeah, Friday is a good cigar.
Yeah, Friday's a good cigar. All right, we'll
Geo the
give this
more.
another try. If I have to go in and get another cigar, I'm gonna be pissed.
Why?
I won't be pissed, but you know.
So I
Yeah,
picked up.
that could be my fault, 100%.
I think that
Leaving
cold weather shock. I think if
Yeah.
at this point now, if you just would have left it clean, just let it back in the house and try, I think it's possible you could have stayed.
Yeah, and there was no cellophane on it either, so yeah, that's
I'm
probably my
telling you. So
bad.
next time, if you can have two smokes, keep one in your pocket, in the inside jacket. When you,
Well,
uh,
that just means I'll have to go get another one tomorrow.
what are you gonna do?
No.
But it's smoking now.
Mm-hmm.
The Olmec, I knew from the first time I lit it up. Yeah, and I texted the guy. Oh, I'm not sure if you were in the group back then, in the chat, and I texted a picture of us. Dude, this is fine. And I said maybe we did. It was that good. And of course, it wasn't because Alec Bradley was.
Yeah, it's damn good. I don't know. It's hard to say though. I will see. I'll smoke some more of it. It's hard to say if the Claro is better, but they're both phenomenal. I'll say that.
They're a winner. It's a winner brand, and Foundation's one of the brands. I can't recommend the whole brand because remember that weird upset or tobacco. They make that weird Jamaican cigar where they're making tobacco. It's called Cal.
Mm.
Tastes like shit. Do not buy that one.
Never tried it.
Don't ever try it.
Don't
Don't
ever try it.
don't
Okay, I won't.
don't ever try it. If you trust
Okay,
Rich,
I trust you.
here's the thing. Like maybe that's why I don't have a gigantic anyone. I'm not here to sell anyone. I'm like a prophet. I'm only speaking the truth, and that's not my always good. Like for example, remember the guys who brought up that list? I will say that list was better than Cigar Aficionado. But how could you have Rocky Patel #3 and Padron 95 at 5? Get the
Yeah, I
fuck.
was just looking at that list a minute ago as you guys were talking.
You know what I'm saying? No, because here's the thing. Like, even if you have a list of 25 and you buy one, you're a liar. You know what I'm saying? Though?
Yeah,
You're it's bullshit.
there's like three Dunbartons on there.
That's too much too. That's too much.
Yeah. You know, I found out something interesting. I don't know if you guys know this. So one reason you never see Dunbartons on Nado's list is because I guess they have a mutual agreement. Like they don't submit anything and they don't judge anything. Like he doesn't want his cigars on CA list.
Say that again. He doesn't submit them.
Yeah, he does not submit them.
Well, at least I respect him for that because
Yeah.
Colorado has lost
His
all my.
his reasoning is like he said say one of his cigars make the top 5 or top 10. He he doesn't want the supply to be interrupted because when that happens everybody's trying to go out and buy them, right? I mean,
Yeah,
because in his opinion, he's so selective and picky about his tobacco, and his production might be lower than a lot of other producers.
yeah,
He doesn't want that affecting people not being able to get his cigars.
yeah. I mean, it's a big business. Back up, and they're lying, man. There's no way. So Rocky Patel, they're on it but twice or something. Come on, you know, come on. And for example, on that new list, okay, they put an open set chart with one sent me. Great. How is Rocky Patel?
Right? Yeah. Yeah.
What honest person? What honest person? If I gave them two cigars, all right, tonight smoke this. Tell me 1 to 10, and then smoke this one. What do you think? Who would say Rocky better? Open text.
Right.
If anyone's, I don't want to ever speak. You're a liar. You know. But Rocky Patel, a lot of money, advertising. He's smart like that. He's a good business.
Yeah.
So You know.
You know, I thought about more about the espionage, the rumor that I found out about these, him getting tobacco from AJ. You know what? Who gives a fuck? Because AJ didn't blend it, right? Nick Melillo still blended it. He might have got
Yeah.
tobacco from him, but that doesn't mean he made the cigar. I'm okay
Well,
with it.
he got Miller. Where did he get the wrappers?
What was that?
Where did he get the wrappers?
I'm assuming from AJ. I don't know.
But I can respect that. You know, AJ's not a flyer, so when you say AJ, if he went to him and said, "I want to make a $20 cigar," I don't have a problem with that.
You saying I need to reconnect? Are we choppy again? Am I choppy again?
Yeah, I think it's your connect. It's only happening when I'm with
Hey,
you. I
Rich,
think.
give me hey, hold on one second.
Yeah, I can hear you by yourself again now.
You hear yourself?
No. Yes.
Sound? Yes.
What did you do?
I'm on
Going?
my cellular. I'm on cellular. I tried to disconnect Wi-Fi.
But I think we'd have to disconnect.
Oh, hold on. I turned the Wi-Fi on again. How about now? How about now?
You want some pizza?
How about now?
Is the good Jeremy connected?
Hmm. Yeah,
I
I don't
want the
know.
I want the Blu-ray feature.
Yeah, yeah, I don't get it. We've had perfect, fine conversations before. It was choppy, I think, last time I talked to you too.
I don't know
Might be
what
on
it
my
is.
end. Might be me.
The Richie and me. I don't know.
How was that cigar? You said it was really strong at first. How is it?
It was, and now it's. I'm not saying it's common. It's not medium full, but before it was like a medium full plus, almost full strength, and it was a lot more intense, and it really calmed down to part. So that does bother me, but it's still a great cigar, and it was still up. I did it at from 0 to 5 a 3.8, and a 3.8 is not a shit, but it's accurate to where it what it. It's a good cigar. I'd recommend, but I would. I think it'll be good for 8. Um, but it feels like I said, like a cheaper. So if you give me a cigar for $6, that's the real price. I can't expect it to be, but there's nothing wrong with that. First, it's good. The draw and burn was good. Um, I'd rather have this than a Rocky Patel.
Hmm. I don't know. Are the guys? Is it really bad still?
I don't know. I don't know if we get it back. I don't know. Oh, he said there's an echo. What's disconnected?
Oh, the
Yeah, it was. It was. Yeah, he said it's really bad. We're gonna just. Guys, the technology, and I love having Jeremy on. I don't know what it is. The connection maybe out there in. Maybe it's his big beard. Maybe the beard is getting in the way of the Wi-Fi. Yeah, you're right about that. When he puts his phone down, we lose connection. All right, guys, it's a live stream. We do what we can with technology. We'll try it one more time, see what we can do. Yeah, Beard Five. So I do recommend this cigar, but it's a good cigar. It's not Richie recommended, but it's a good cigar, and I think it's a good Nicaraguan Maduro cigar that you would enjoy with classic flavors: earth, black pepper, and chocolate. So yeah, we'll try to get Jeremy on here, and hopefully it works. Is this better?
So far,
It's better. Here's the main thing: whenever you put the phone down for some reason, then we get the echo. It starts like we lose
okay.
connection. So,
All right. I'll try not to put the phone down.
well, yeah, just put me against your bosom.
I'll
if you have
hold you ever so gently.
yeah gently. Gently. Yeah,
Mhm.
I think it's that beard. The beard blocks the Wi-Fi.
Yeah, yeah, maybe.
So how was work this week? All right.
Yeah, busy. It was good though.
What kind of schedule do you do?
I usually work Monday through Friday, 9 to 5, 9 to 6. It just depends. I mean, what's going on.
You
I'm
have a full.
salary, so sometimes I might work nights, long hours. It just depends what's going on.
Mhm. Interesting. Um, what made you get into this work, and what made you stay?
What made me get into it?
Yeah, and then what made you stay? Like, was it the money, or you enjoyed it and the money, or you're like, hey, was this the timing? Sometimes in life when you're younger, you just do a whole bunch of different jobs, and then you get to one job and you're like, I'm gonna stay here. Like, when did you make a decision? You're like, you know what, this is for me. Like, what happened?
I started out, I don't know, like working on computers and stuff. I just got into the technology stuff. Initially, I thought I wanted to do like computer repair, and then one day I was at school, and my instructor pulled me over. I had just started like community college, so I was taking some general classes and some of the computer classes, and he pulled me over and said, he asked me what I want to do, and he's like, well, I'm just going to be honest with you. He's like, there's no money in computer repair. He's like, you're not going to make any good money. He's like, I teach a network engineering class. He's like, why don't you think about that? So I did. I tried it and I liked it. Like working on routers and shit like that. Like network configuring routers. I've done that for probably 20 years or so. Recently, I got into more of the fiber optical ends of the other end of the technology. Routers are more electrical, and fiber optics is all light. So all related though, all
Yeah.
related.
So when you got into this company, and I'm assuming right, it's a union job,
No, it's not a union job. No.
but you got into it and you decided to stay. It was good benefits and everything, and you
Hmm.
work with, or
Oh yeah, I get really good benefits. Great benefits. Great time off. Good people to work with. So I can't complain too much.
but do they give you DVD?
Yeah, no DVD.
No
But
DVD.
once you get 10 years in with the company, I mean, shit, I get 4 weeks of vacation, and then I get another week for just like if I'm sick, or like more like a personal time type thing. But yeah, great benefits, especially once you get some years in.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Is there overtime, like if you want it or no?
Well, not for me because I'm salary, so that's what I was saying. Like, yeah, some weeks I might work 40 hours, but some weeks I might work 50 hours.
All right.
It, it kind of depends what's going on. So,
Interesting. And
I had to work. I had to work. I do work Monday through Friday, mainly like 9 to 6 or whatever. But like this week, I had to work overnight the other night because we had a maintenance going on. So shit happens.
would you say that your business has changed since you've been in there? Has
Oh,
technology?
a lot,
When
a
things
lot.
change, the guys get mad, or was it just a thing you got to adapt to survive?
Yeah, you have to adapt. I mean, it's constant learning, right? Like, it's not like you go to school once. Like when you work in the technology field, it's not like you go to school once and then you know everything the rest of your life. I mean, well, that's not true even if you go to school for your job, but you know what I'm saying? Like, technology is always evolving, and you have to constantly adapt and learn those new technologies. They might be similar to the technology you were using already, but maybe the newer technology has a few more bells and whistles or does something different.
You got to
Like
adapt. You know.
yeah, like when I first started out, like I said, I used to work on routers a lot. So one big router company is Cisco. I don't work for Cisco, but I'm just saying they manufacture the routers, and Cisco's routers, like their operating system is the same. I mean, you might have different routers, different technology, but the operating system is the same. So if you can configure one, you usually can configure the next generation, or you know what I mean. Like there might be some differences in things they add, but it's overall the same. Once you learn it, it's overall the same.
You guys only work in private sector, or do you have government contracts?
A little bit of both.
So when you get to that kind of stuff, you're gonna have. Do you have to sign like NDAs, like for security reasons, or like private stuff like that? Yeah.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
So
Yeah.
yeah, that's it. Yeah, so that's some high level shit. That's interesting.
Yeah. Yep. 100%. Yep.
Mm.
But I enjoy it. It's fun. Um, yeah. No day is the same, right? Like it's always something different challenge, or
I'll tell you about off the bat. I like this cigar.
Which one is that?
This is Roma Craft, and this is their Intemperance. But
Mm,
there's different versions of the Intemperance. Because somebody looked this up. This is the Intemperance, but it's like a Maduro version. It's like a darker version of the. Because I remember I seen the Intemperance. It was like a lighter cigar, and this is a darker version. Could somebody
yeah.
look up the Fat Robusto, like a 5 by 52, maybe 54? Feels like a 54. That looks.
I've had a Temperance. I've had one before, but I think I don't remember what it was called. I wanted to say it had like bourbon some or something. I don't know.
Yeah,
Like
yeah, Whiskey Rebellion.
yeah, Whiskey Rebellion. Exactly. I've tried that one.
Yeah, this is not that one. I don't know. This was in the clearance bin. I bought two of them, and I think they were like $6-7 a piece. So I was like, yeah,
Okay.
out for that price and it being Roma Craft. If I like it, I'm gonna go back because he had it and it was only like a few dollars.
Yeah. I'm trying not to put the phone down. I'm trying to take the wrapper off this cigar.
Just put me in your beard. Put me in your beard.
I got it. I got it. Sorry, boys. Not trying to have you look up my nose.
Could somebody tell me the blend on this? Could somebody tell me the Intemperance Roma Craft, the darker one? I think it's going to be Maduro. It doesn't look like Habano. Um, and I guess because I always like to be upfront about my personal preference, I think my least favorite wrapper is Habano. Now, sometimes when they tweak the Habano to like a different kind of Habano, I like it better. But I'm being honest, man. If you said you had a cigar, Corojo or Connecticut Broadleaf or Mexican San Andreas, Nicaraguan or Dominican Puro, etc., 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 Connecticut Shade, and you said you have you have a Habano, I generally don't like the Habano, and I think
Yeah.
it's just the wrapper. I'm not saying Habano's not a good wrapper, but for me, my preference, I'm not crazy about it. Like for
Yeah.
example, you never see like Padron with a Habano wrapper.
Yeah.
You know
A lot of my father cigars use a Habano wrapper.
which one?
I'd have to look them up and give you the list, I guess, but there's quite a few. I was surprised because I've been on a my father kick lately, and I remember we talked about this before, and I tend to somewhat
Oh,
agree with you. Like I
oh,
think Habano's my least favorite. If I had to say, I'm not saying there isn't cigars with a Habano wrapper that I don't like, but it's my least favorite. I would say.
right, but when it comes to my father, I've never had my father just tasted like a classic Habano. Like there's something what they do to the tobacco, or maybe the way what they grow and how they age it. I don't know, but like for example, I think you're right on that. I think with the Promesa, it might be a Habano wrapper, right?
Maybe.
But I like the Promesa though, so I don't. There's just something about a classic Habano wrapper that it becomes twangy sourdough, but I don't. It just doesn't. I'll put it this way: generally with Habano wrappers, you get no sweetness. You're not getting a lot of darkness either, though. So it kind of it gets into a weird area where I'm like, and that's just my preference, though. So I'm not saying Habano wrappers are bad. So, but if you're saying that my father has some Habano wrappers, really, there's no my father cigars I don't like. So clearly, you know, my preference it's not an absolute. That's all I'm saying, though.
Man, I'm really disappointed in myself for probably ruining this cigar. I can tell it still wants to tunnel a little bit. It's smoking, but it's not burning green.
Yeah. You said the Bijou is a bad, but the Bijou is such a dark cigar. That's crazy. Yeah, I don't know. And that's crazy, man. I would have never thought the Bijou to be Habano wrapper. And I guess can you do a Habano Maduro? I guess it's possible. Yeah, I like the stick. The temperance is nice. It's just starting off. It's not starting off as strong as the other one. And here's the problem too. Whenever you smoke two different cigars completely back to back, you really can't review the second one honestly because now I just had that the cigar that was pretty heavy and pretty strong. So at this point, I'm just smoking to enjoy the cigar, but I really can't give it a fair review. I think because I have two of them, I want to do a review on the other one. Just as the only cigar of the day with a clean palate.
That's interesting. I was going to ask you the first cigar you smoked. So that was Aganorsa Leaf Maduro, right?
Correct.
See, there's another one they make that I had. It said Casa Fernandez on it, but isn't that Aganorsa Leaf? Isn't that their?
Yes, but I think also here's the thing. You're right, but I think recently Aganorsa Leaf did a rebranding. You know what I'm saying?
Okay.
No, what's the word I'm gonna say? Like they might have rebranded some of the names of the cigars to make it uniform. You know what I'm saying? Though I think they got rid of a lot of the Casa Fernandez and just saying Aganorsa now.
Okay.
You know what
Yeah, because I smoked a Maduro, but it said Casa Fernandez, and that was actually really damn good. I liked it. I don't know if it was the same blend or the same.
I'm saying?
I
It,
don't
it
know if
really
that.
could. I'm almost positive Aganorsa, because Aganorsa originally was a brand that was making cigars just for other people, like Gurkha or other people. I'm not sure what other brands, but other brands were using Aganorsa tobacco, or they made it for the contract. So Aganorsa is really trying to put their name out there, and the way to do it is just to say Aganorsa. Like if it says Aganorsa and the other name, it's kind of like you got to kind of simplify it. You know what I'm saying? Though, um, to gain more
Yeah.
popularity. Like my father's my father. You know what I'm saying? Though, and again,
So
the
it's
beginning,
probably the same cigar then that we smoked. Mine just maybe had the old band on it or something. Is what you're saying?
say, would
What
you
was
say?
that?
No,
Oh,
no,
I
no.
was saying. So is that the same cigar? Mine just had a different band. Is what you're saying?
I'm saying it's a possibility. I can't say,
Okay.
but
I liked it. I enjoyed it.
yeah, no, dude, Aganorsa is a serious brand. Aganorsa is kind of like where my father was like 10 years ago, where I could see them really building, and it's a great Nicaraguan brand, and their prices are on point, and it's a good mid-tier brand, good mid-tier pricing, and it's more about just a good, really good quality Nicaraguan cigar. But what's interesting about Aganorsa, like Sacco's talking about with the Supreme Leaf and the Signature, they also have some cigars without super dark wrappers that are still pretty strong because they have like media tempo in it and whatever. So the one I got is the Signature one with the gold band on the bottom, and I'm not sure if that is media tempo, but that one looked like a long Corona. So I'm excited to smoke. It's a skinnier gauge. I love lighter shade cigars in a skinnier gauge because then you still might get pretty good power, in an interesting profile. Um,
Mhm.
for example, like if you said, would I rather have a cigar that was a skinnier gauge with a lighter wrapper or a fatter cigar with a darker wrapper? Sometimes when you have a darker cigar, but you make a cigar really fat, you turn down the intensity so much that it kind
Sure.
of defeats the purpose. I'm not saying it always
Yeah.
does, but you get what I'm trying to say?
Yeah. Oh yeah. Yeah. 100%. 100%. Um. Yeah. I mean, it's like it's like you always talk. Your favorite opus is the skinnier ones, right? I mean, because they are different. They're both beautiful, but they're different. But I think that can be said really about any cigar, right? I mean,
Yeah,
you like you always say, you change the size, you change the blend.
yeah, definitely. And
And
the rarity is the shark in all the sizes, and even though and that's my favorite of all time. But the shark is different because it is fat and box press, but it goes down to small gauge. You know what I'm
mhm.
saying? Though? So it really helps bottleneck the flavor. Um, I wish I could try every cigar in the shark. I wish I could try Padron shark. It's never gonna happen. But you know what I'm saying though? I think I mean how do you make that cigar? How do you blend that cigar? Making a round and a square cigar that changes sizes. Think about those three factors. That's hard. No,
Yeah,
that's
I mean, you have to have a talented roller. And I actually found out. I think you were asking before which shark came out first. I found out the Añejo shark was actually the first one. The Añejo shark was the first one, and then it was the Don Carlos, I believe,
the
and then the
Donko
Opus.
is much bigger, and I wonder why they had to make it bigger. You know what I'm
Yeah,
saying?
maybe to get the blend right or whatever Carlito wanted. I guess I
Yeah, and
would
maybe
assume.
because because I would say that the Anejo is stronger than the Don Carlos shark. So maybe they wanted to
Oh yeah.
tone it down a little bit by making it bigger. Yeah, I don't know. You know, what I'm saying that
No, I mean, you've got that Connecticut broadleaf wrapper, right? I mean, that's a big part why that one's darker and stronger.
Mhm.
The eye of the shark still has a Cameroon wrapper on.
Yeah, yeah. But it's such a great cigar. What did you think
Oh,
about the whole series? Were you surprised? Did you expect it in that order? So the order and then the reviews. What did you think about it?
um, the only thing I was surprised at, and I know you didn't say it sucked or anything, and it was still a great cigar. I was surprised you had the man that the lowest one.
Mhm.
I was surprised, but initially, but in hindsight, when I look back now, I understand why you put that cigar where you did. Um, it's not to say it's not a great cigar, but like you said, it's more if you want to have it with coffee in the morning, or hey, maybe you're just in that type of mood, right? Like it's not a heavy hitting Don Carlos. So that's not to say Don Carlos are strong because they're not.
It was
But
even weaker than the regular Don Carlos, which is a
yeah,
nice medium cigar. So I guess what I'm trying to say is to take that level of Don Carlos and or to use low priming combined to make it that quiet. It kind of felt like it'd be like a beautiful woman and she turns off the lights when you have sex with her. You're like, man, I want to see this. You know what I'm saying? No,
right, right,
you're like, come on, come
right,
on.
right.
And she's like, it was too modest.
Yeah,
Meaning,
you're not going home with Kate Upton and turning the lights off, right? I mean, it's not happening.
you get what I'm saying though. So I'm not saying it had to be full strength, but it felt like the same cigar as the 17 edition, but if it had too much time on it, because I was able to swallow the smoke on that cigar several times, and it was like smoking air, and that I only get when a cigar has time, and I mean like 10 years, more
Yeah,
than that. You know, like, and so it felt like if you took a rifle and then but you took half the gunpowder out of the bullet, and you're like, man, this thing is a lot weaker than I remember it, or you get what I'm trying to say though. So
yeah,
it just felt now maybe because it was dedicated to his father as the man and his father as a gentle guy, maybe that was the message, and maybe that's fine. You know what I'm saying though,
yeah,
and but it felt exactly like the Dishon 17. But if you put it to almost I would say a mild to medium. Actually, I said it was a gentle medium. So when you get to like mild to medium, it's almost like the flavor's there, but you're like, it's so quiet. You're like, damn. You know what I'm saying? No, because it's such a delicious cigar. But all I'm saying is, look, we all work hard for our money. If you had to choose between the man and the personal reserve for the same price, buy the personal reserve. That's what I'm trying to say, though. You know.
yeah. Yeah, I'm not sure what type of age the man has on. I have no idea. You're probably right. It maybe does have a lot of age. Excuse me. Could be. I think it's probably lower primings too. Uh, you
Maybe
know,
so.
since the anniversary uses the normal Opus wrapper, maybe it's just a lower priming Opus wrapper. I don't know.
And we'll never know because they're not going to disclose that.
Mhm.
So
Yeah.
that's what was interesting thing about doing reviewing and then also comparing them all. Um, because to me, cigars is all about the flavor, and then the power is secondary. I'll take flavor over power. But when you have great flavor, then I want you to push the power if you could without losing the great flavor. And the personal reserve, it had such great flavor and still plenty of strength that I didn't want that cigar to end. And the
Yeah.
17 was the 17 and the personal were so close that like they almost both could be number one. You know what I'm
Right.
saying though? So
Yeah.
at three with the Nejo, I'm sorry, the Don Carlos, the Shark, was third, but it was a big distance between two and three. Um, and so four was, and the weirdest one though was the Prometheus. That one really got me weird because with that wrapper, what do you think about the Prometheus? Was I accurate about that?
I'll be honest. I don't care. I don't care for it a whole lot. Don't.
Mhm.
Um, it's definitely not on like exactly like you said. It's a totally different. It's not in the normal wheelhouse of Don Carlos. It's
Yeah,
wasn't wasn't my favorite Don Carlos. That's not to say somebody else won't love it, because I'm sure some people
No,
love it.
when I
But
zoom out, it's a
you
great
know,
cigar. But when I zoom in, it doesn't belong in
yeah,
the Don Carlos camp.
I mean, that's a fucking $30 cigar. I mean, all day long. And that's not to say that price means it's great, but I'm just saying it. I mean,
No,
the time they put into it, they aged the tobacco for 3 years. The time and money that's put into the cigar. I mean, you know,
oh yeah, and for the record, like they're aged in tobacco, and then they age that cigar for another 3 years after it's made. That's a long time. But for me,
mhm,
it was the wrapper. The wrapper changed the profile so much that the only note I got that was similar to everything else, it had some of that syrup sweetness. But I was like, everything else felt like this is not a Don Carlos blend. Everything else
yeah,
felt like a similar cigar, but with a change in darkness and strength, and with the
yeah.
First Reserve being the most intense.
Yeah,
And
somebody told me, one guy told me, oh, they get really good with 10 years of age. It's like, I don't want to keep them for 10 fucking years. You know what? I'm not paying, $200-300 a box for 10 years. I mean,
no, 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 no. To give
they should be
that,
good. They should be good when I light it up. That's, yeah,
no. So the man was still a great cigar, but it was just too quiet. The Prometheus was a great,
yep,
didn't belong in the Gambit. You know, the Don Carlos is a classic. It is what it is. But yeah, yeah. I felt pretty content with that comparison.
Did
Towards
you did you say the Prometheus was better than the regular? Well, I don't remember.
No, the Prometheus was still number.
Okay,
The five was Don Carlos, but
okay,
pretty sure about that. But the Don Carlos made more sense. But head to head, Don Carlos versus Prometheus. Prometheus is a better cigar, but it didn't make sense in the profile. It
yeah,
felt like it felt weird to be there, but it was a great cigar. But comparing it to the whole lineup, like it's great, but it doesn't fit in the lineup. If that makes any sense.
yeah. I 100% agree with you, and you're right. Maybe if I send you another Gurkha box, I'll put a God of Fire Carlito
You
in there
know,
for you. I've got
that's
some.
that's a very nice. But
Yeah, the God of Fire Carlito is
is that
amazing,
harder to?
and that is a yeah, it's a great classic foot taste flavor.
I see the picture of it, and just with the wrapper, I was like, that's exactly where that cigar should be. I looked at it, I was like,
Yeah, they make
it,
a God of Fire Series B. It's called. I want to say it has most of them have an Ecuador wrapper on them, but two of them, the Toro and I want to say maybe the Robusto, have Connecticut broadleaf on, and those are fucking amazing.
I think Sacco sent me one of those because I remember
Yeah,
I had a fire he sent me that was dark and on the strong side, and it was
it's
great.
like drinking a cup of hot chocolate.
Yeah. What's up, Dream Life? How you doing? Stay fresh. Yeah. Yeah. Those were great. Um, so yeah, I mean, like I said, so the Prometheus was great, but that would have been a good standalone review. But then when I had to compare it, because I had to be honest to the whole other universe, it's kind of like it felt kind of like Superman being in a Ninja Turtle movie. Like no matter what, Superman doesn't belong in a Ninja Turtle movie. He might be cool,
Right,
but you're
right.
like, you don't belong here. You know what I'm saying? Like, you
Yeah.
know,
It's like Ninja Turtles 3 when they time traveled, in the 90s, those
yeah, yeah.
movies. It's like,
And when
it's
I
not
look
as
back,
good as the first and second.
three was such a terrible movie. One was
Yeah.
so, you know, two was still a lot of fun, but
2
two,
was
if you
good, but okay, yeah.
yeah, two, they toned down the violence. They started hitting each other with salamis and everything because
Yeah.
they, that's the same thing happened with Batman 3. Because Batman 2 was too dark and scary with the penguin biting off noses and grabbing boobs. So that Batman 3, they're like, all right, we're gonna make it a kids movie. Ninja Turtles 2, they made it a kids movie. They put Vanilla Ice in it. They had more animals, Toka and Razor. They had Super Shredder for like 3 seconds, and but it was still great. But when you look at it, they're like it was a bigger budget too, but it lost the cursing and lost the violence. Ninja Turtles 1 was a dark movie, man.
Yeah, I agree with you.
Ninja Turtles 1, man, they were throwing dudes off buildings. They were robbing people with the foot soldiers. It was
Hmm.
dirty cops. April O'Neil was, a pretty woman, being sexy and like what I'm saying? No, it really was more like a PG-13 movie. It really wasn't a Ninja Turtles 1 had some dark elements. I gotta watch that movie
Yeah.
again. Ninja Turtles 1 was great, bro.
Yeah, it was good. It was a good movie. Geo, if you're talking about God of Fire Maduro, is it the Series B? The Series B has two of them have Connecticut broadleaf wrapper. I don't know which one you're talking about, but if that's the one, yeah, it's awesome. And Notorious, I'm sorry, earlier I was going to answer you. You asked if I've been enjoying my father, and I have lately. Actually, I've been on a my father kick lately. So
My father, pound for pound, gives you so much great cigar time at a really efficient price, like really efficient. You know what I'm saying? Those are high. It's a high value brand. My father.
yeah,
You
for
know
the
what I'm saying?
price especially. I mean, yeah,
Which one?
I'm just saying for the price too. For the price,
My father, I always felt was a brand that they could sell it for more, but like they didn't to that way capitalize on a market that you know what I'm saying? Like, cause I remember going to the lounge in New York years ago, 9, 10, $11. You get my father's cigars, and like the packaging was great. The cellophane looked great. The bands looked great. The cigars always smoked great. Strong, powerful, dark cigars with a lot of flavor and a lot of finish, and they were heavy right off the bat. Um, I never would let's say, okay, I like the my father's better than let's say Padron on the higher end, like 26. But there were cigars that could hang out with that kind of category for a lot cheaper. So, you know,
yeah,
I just thought it was just a good overall. You know what I'm saying? Though I really recommend my father. It's a great brand. You know,
yeah. Oh yeah, I agree. Geo, text me those links. I'll have to look at them. I don't want to. If I click now, I'll probably fuck up my connection.
and that's what I'm saying. On the other side, Padron's missing out on. Padron has their bottom end sticks with 1,000, and they have plenty of higher end starting with the 64 all the way up to the Family Reserve. Padron needs to come out with like a higher mid tier cigar, a good $12, $14 stick. They could. I don't know why they don't.
Yeah.
You know, I don't know why they don't. And maybe they want to
I
be just.
think maybe it's just their mentality, right? Like they just their mentality is they want to produce great cigars, like godlike cigars, right? So maybe they don't want to bother with the mid tier. I don't know, but I guess their 1,000 series is kind of mid tier. I mean, in a way, I think
No, I always said that, but I said it was a low mid tier cigar. So
yeah,
I'm saying I think they can make a great. I mean, it is possible, like you said though. But you're right. They're at full capacity. It's not like Padron has tons of cigars like just sitting around that aren't selling. So they could just spend the rest of their life just making 64 and 26, and they'd be in business for the rest of their life. You know, forever. You know what I'm saying though? Because think about it, it's not like the higher end Family Reserves. They make or sell as much as the 64. The 64, they sell a lot of 60. I knew guys like that just buy that by the box. You know,
hmm
buy 64 by the box and just that's all they smoke. Or guy knew guys that smoke 26 by the box. You
yeah.
know, and
Johnny Padron, right? Was that his name?
Johnny Padron was a 26. I should rephrase it. He should be Johnny 26 because that's all he smoked.
Mhm.
Johnny
Natural
20,
or Maduro or both?
only Maduro and like the Robusto size. It's like four. It's like 4 3/4 by like 50.
Yeah, yeah. Yeah. Hey, cheers if that's what you enjoy. I don't know. I think I'd get bored though. I mean, Padron are great, but I wouldn't want to smoke the same cigar, every day. If
No,
having
and
the choice.
him it was more like a dedication. It was like a religious experience. Like it's he because his theory was he goes every time I go to something else, it's either less or paying more money, and I'd rather just have the Patron. So I could kind of understand what he meant, meaning he was just a guy that it's kind of like push like a wife. For him, the cigar was a wife. I'm content. She's good looking. Yeah, there's better ones, but she cooks and cleans and she's reliable and she doesn't cheat on me. And it's not cheap, but it's not crazy expensive. And he just, he worshipped that cigar. He worshipped that cigar.
Yeah,
He,
I
he
get
would look.
that. He wasn't a Fuente fan, huh?
No, no, but he had experiences with Opus in the past that he enjoyed. But once the 26, he got into that. I mean, dude, at least for 5 years, because I knew him for like 10, but towards the latter end, he was just only Padron 26. But he did respect the League of Number Nine when it came out, and he enjoyed that. Um, but dude, he would go through boxes of 26 at the lounge, and he would say, "No, no," like he would say, "No, this is a good box. This is a bad box," or "These ones feel light." He would know, "Oh, these ones are too light. These ones are too heavy." You know what I'm saying? Though,
Yeah, I mean,
like,
smoking them every day, he knows exactly how they should feel, how they should look, how they should, yeah, I
yeah,
get it.
and he's like, "Oh no, these ones, aren't dark enough. No, I want the darker one." He was a Padron 26 like expert. And I can see it for most guys, they would get bored just smoking the same cigar. But for him, it wasn't the same cigar because he was pretty. It is pretty crazy to be Johnny Padron 26, but also he got kicked out of 2 different cigar lounges for stealing Padron 26. Now, he would buy them, but he would take them too. So that's all I'll say about Johnny Padron.
Yeah.
Johnny Padron would take cigars. And hold on, I think I missed something. Uh, Somebody dropped a dime there, like a tip. I didn't realize. I apologize if I didn't say thank you. I don't know if it happened during the stream where I lost it. Did somebody drop a $10 bill there? I appreciate that a lot. I'm going back in the comments. I can't tell who did that. I don't know if they keep that in there.
Didn't see
Oh,
it.
Gio, that was $10. Gio, I thought that was a 99 because Gio drops the 99. Tonight's episode was brought to you by Gio. God bless Gio. I thought it said 99 cents. He dropped the a dancing. Well, much appreciated, bro. And no, I appreciate the respect. And no, I know that Gio, but I didn't realize it was. I'm just saying. I said thank you, but I appreciate that, man. I have a question, man, because I'm having an issue right now. Computers. The way I get paid, it's called AdSense. It's like Google's like payment company, AdSense.
Yeah.
I had everything set up, and they just pay me every month. But now, because of the new year, they added a new feature, and I have to do it, or else I'm not gonna get. I'll get paid eventually, but it says I have to add my URL. So because it says add site like on the AdSense page, and when I click on that, it says add your URL. So I went to my main page and I click and copied the URL and I
Yeah.
put it in, but it says your URL must be added to the host from the. What does that mean? The host. What is a host?
I'm not sure what that means. I was expect the same thing you just described, just the YouTube link. I don't know what that means.
And until I click that, I won't get my next payment. So I don't
What the
understand.
fuck? What does it say?
What's that?
What does it say? So what does it say again?
It says that you must add the URL from the host.
Oh,
I don't understand. I tried Googling it. This was before I went live. I couldn't figure out.
yeah, I don't know.
But
I
here's
don't
the
know.
thing: that I was already in the algorithm. I was already getting paid. But for the new year, because the way it works is for December you get paid January 21st. You know what I'm saying? No, so the following month, three weeks after the previous month, you get paid. So today it said zero. And I'm like, wait, I have money in there because I could see I have money in there. And but then it said it said required action, and I clicked on it. It says you must add your URL. Connect because basically now I guess they want AdSense and YouTube to be connected at a URL level, whatever. So I put the URL in there because I didn't know what that was, and I figured it out through Google. And then it says now you got to do it from the host. And I don't know what that means.
I don't know. I'm not sure.
Richie, what's the flavor? What's the flavors or the say again? What does that mean? Richie, what's the flavors of the God of Fire? Well, if
Which
you talk
one, the Don Carlos or the Carlito?
Yeah, the Don. Well, if you're talking about the Don Carlos, watch the video. I don't remember off the top of my head, but it was totally different than the regular Don Carlos.
Yeah.
And it didn't. Okay, this is what I'm gonna tell you right now. Like with the like with the first two Don Carlos and the Anejo. I'm sorry, the Shark. When I held the smoke, I get that smile, and I'm like, that holy shit. It felt like I was at a campfire with like a barbecue pit with that smoked wood and like that caramel and the creaminess and the black pepper and slight. It felt like a spicy s'mores. You're at a campfire. That's exactly what it feels like. All those cigars on the Don Carlos, some more or less. With the God of Fire Don Carlos, none of that. I held the smoke and I'm like, where's the Don Carlos? And it was still great, but it wasn't. It wasn't in the. I think it kind of perplexed me, that cigar. Like I didn't get it, and all the other
Yeah.
ones I got, even the man I got, I was like, okay, the man's great, just too quiet. You know, and I always break down a cigar and say, "What's the message?" And I couldn't. The
Yeah.
Prometheus, I couldn't. Right? I mean, how do you, I mean? You said you agree with me on that, or
Yeah, yeah, I agree with you 100%. Gio, you're asking about the Carlito. That's more of your classic Fuente. It's on the same wavelength as the Don Carlos. Sweet, spicy, woody. Maybe a little bit of earth. Caramel. Just same
but
same type of wheelhouse for the Carlito.
but it's delicious. You know what I'm saying? No,
Oh
like
yeah.
that. You know what I'm saying?
You
No.
got the age on the God of Fires that you don't have on the Don Carlos, probably. But it does have a Cameroon wrapper as well.
Yeah, it's like I said. I didn't say the Don Carlos God of Fire was a bad cigar by no means, but it doesn't fit in the
Yeah.
gambit of.
It doesn't fit my palate at all. It just doesn't hit me at all.
In my opinion, it just wasn't a Don Carlos. It's
Yeah.
just it was a Don Carlos in name only. That's all I'm saying. You know,
Yeah.
and that's all I'll say about that. He had the San Cristobal, but not the. Need to try it. I don't know if I had it. Don Carlos is so good. Yeah. The regular Don Carlos is just easy to love, and the price point's really great. The regular Don Carlos is what, $12, right? It's a great cigar.
Yeah. See, Rich, that personal reserve so that had a Cameroon wrapper as well. That, like I said, that's really I mean, a normal Don Carlos, but just I don't know what the old man did to tweak it. I don't know what Carlos Senior did to tweak it, but
Maybe a higher
it,
priming
it
burn, which
maybe it does have a Cameroon wrapper, maybe more Lajero. I don't know, but he
do,
would
do,
do that because like I said, he smoked Don Carlos every day. Robusto was his size, but he would just tweak his blend just for his own personal consumption over the years, and that was a blend that he enjoyed. That spicier, that more power. It's beautiful.
dude, and I told this, and I don't know who I told it to. I don't know if it was you or Firm or Gio. My mind's going blank here, but I said, I'll say it right now openly. If you said to me, like if I went to a lounge or somebody said, "Hey, take a cigar, anyone you want from my collection," if it was Don Carlos Person Reserve or Opus X, and I mean regular Opus X, I would actually choose the Don Carlos Person Reserve between the regular. And I love it. Meaning, and I don't think the Don Carlos is better, but it's on the same level. And I
Yeah,
like the profile better on the regular Don Carlos Person Reserve. Now, comparing it to like the Purple Rain or the Dubai, no. But you know what I'm saying? No, but that's how good the Personal Reserve is to me. And what's funny is I had the chance to smoke it. Remember last month, and I told you they had
hmm
that there, but I didn't get it. And you're like, "Oh, yeah, Personal Reserve." Remember? And I was like, "Yeah, what's the big deal?" Like, it's just that's like just Don Carlos, but like, well, they had Opus. That Personal Reserve, bro. Like, bro, that cigar is. It still makes me
yeah,
smile. Just
it's good.
when did you
It's
have
good.
that first?
When did I have it first?
Mm.
Probably a couple of years ago. It wasn't too long ago. They only make that in Robusto, though. They don't make it in any other size. And that's what I'll say. All the special ones are mainly in Robusto size. They don't make them in anything else. They do make the anniversary in a Toro. I think Gio got some Toros.
Dude, I wish that Personal Reserve could be in a Shark.
Yeah, that'd be amazing. Maybe
And
they'll do
that's
it one day.
okay. Oh, you're not part of the chat right now. Did you hear about uh, what happened with Notorious and Geo with the 60-second guy?
No,
You got to laugh your ass off. And I'm going to paraphrase the story and let the guys chime in. Um, the guy posted a rare pink video, right? And of course he has his shtick how Fuente's overrated, it's overpriced, and because whatever, and the Fuente fanboys. So he makes the
yeah,
review. Maybe he liked the cigar, I guess. I don't know, whatever. Why didn't get to see it? That being said, he's like, he does like his 60 seconds. He's like, oh yeah, notes of this, whatever.
yeah,
Touch up. And then later on, more touch ups, right? Like touch up city, right? And basically just bashing the cigar. So Notorious goes in there first and he's like he makes a comment about it, and the guy thought he was like agreeing with him, and then he kept on making a dig. and then he sent it to our chat. And so then Gio jumped in because he just posted the video like 10 minutes before that. Then Gio comes in and he makes more comments and he puts hashtag like blame it on Carlito, like just but he's just like calling the guy out. And then they both went on. I don't know if Purple Goat got in on that. My point is though, they busted his balls, the guys, so much he deleted the video. The guy deleted his video and he put a big post with like Ronald McDonald saying, "Oh, the the clowns are out. The Fuente clown boys are out." And so I deleted the video because they called him out in his bullshit. Because like, okay, meanwhile he's pushing his $6 cigar and whatever if it's good or not, I don't know. But he's talking about his $6 cigar like it's the second coming of the Son of our Lord.
Well,
And
if it's a good cigar, of course.
yeah, and his other thing, oh, the greatest thing in the history of the world. And then my point is, if you don't like Fuente, fine. But to say Rare Pink isn't a great cigar, and it's not buzz like people buying it just to buy it, like it's a great cigar, and it's the first cigar that has some of Fuente's Nicaraguan tobacco, so it's special. And so he took it down. I think that's hysterical. I think that's
funny.
He literally he iron domed himself. He Notorious and Gio sent them to the own 300 section, self-inflicted 300.
French gangs out there causing problems. Like, what'd you say, motherfucker? What did you say? How about now?
Yeah, but dude, he didn't want the DVD. He didn't want DVD.
He didn't want it.
Bro, I thought that was hysterical. So later on, I went to his chat out. I saw that, and he had another video, but he just put up. And so I just typed in because he was talking about this cigar in his pack, or it was something AJ Fernandez, and I just said, "Oh yeah, 451 by AJ Fernandez." That was it. So I thought it was funny because listen, I'm not telling anyone to go out there and be belligerent, and they weren't, but they just calling him out like, dude, how could you say Opus X and Anejos and Rare Pinks are they're overrated hype bullshit? Like, I'm not a fanboy of anything. If something's great, it's great. If Rocky Patel tomorrow put out a cigar that was on Opus level for $20, I would sing it to high praises and say, hey, look, he finally did it. He has a great cigar. Finally.
Yeah.
I wouldn't, but he has it. So all these Fuentes I love, it's not hype, or it's not because you gave them to me and I got it for free, so now I'm just gonna hype it up. I can't. You see how the cigars affect my emotion, man. That Dubai 17 is still the greatest cigar I ever had in my life, and
That
the
was a
sad,
wild video.
sad thing is I'll never be able to top that. Like and I started watching some clips of it, and Gio's got real funny. Gio will take little clips, but he zooms in with his phone on parts where like um Gio, could you send that clip to Jeremy? Send some of those clips, Gio. Gio's like he's editing like Sports Center, like a little 30-second clip, and like I was just laughing so much, and I'm like, and what did you ask? What do you think I'm gonna do after this? I'm gonna smoke another one, motherfucker. I'm the only guy in the world in a Toyota Corolla smoking 2 Dubais tonight. The way he zoomed in, like it was some funny shit, man.
I'll look at him. Yeah. If you here's a question for you. If you ever got a chance to smoke another one, would you do it with the lounge, or would you do it on your own in solitude and really reflect on the cigar?
That's double edged because if I do it by myself and it re-emulates that thing, it'd be sad not to put that out because that'd be good content.
Yeah.
But with the lounge, I run the risk of what if it's not as good as that last experience? I'm not saying that would happen, but it's like a 50-50 because I can't fake my emotion. So, but I'm just gonna say Fuente's so consistent.
Dude, I haven't had a bad one, dude. I have not had a bad one.
And that's,
dude, I told you, I've smoked a whole fucking box.
It's not a gimmick at all, man.
I'm not bragging. I'm just saying for comparison.
Dude, the Dubai 17 to beat the Royal Release. I don't take that light. I've had the Royal Release twice or 3 times, and the Royal Release. You ever had the Royal Release?
I have not. I need to try it.
That was the first cigar to be like beat the Royal Release.
Yeah,
that's amazing. Because the Royal Release is one of the greatest cigar experiences I ever had. Where like every puff, I'm like, you got to be kidding me. You got, I remember the first time I had it. It's my birthday at a lounge, and the mayor's like, "Oh, happy birthday!" And he drops the stick to Salomon. I'm like, "What's this, bro?" At the time, he's like, "This is $110 cigar." It's like 5 years ago, maybe four. And he's like, "No, man, you deserve it. Happy birthday, man." And then he pulled also a bottle of Johnny Gold, 18-year-old Scotch. He's like, "Yeah, man, he poured me a drink." And I was like, it was like class act. I was like, "Yeah, you don't have to do that, man." And at the time, I'm just driving advertisement trucks and doing Uber, whatever I gotta do. And it was just such a generous offer, and like that, it was such a great moment. I remember smoking that cigar. I was like, "Holy shit!" So for that cigar to beat that cigar experience, it doesn't make the cigar experience anything less. But it's just amazing to have something even on a higher level. At that point, it's like the difference between 99.9% gold and 99.999% gold. You know what I'm saying? Like, so
Is
yeah,
the royal release is it for this earth or is it more spiritual, like you would describe Padron and Obis?
no, it's more spiritual.
Okay.
It's not going to be super strong like like a Padron, like an 80th or 90th, which are
Okay.
fantastic. Oh, the 50th. Padron is a physical blend. Padron is for right now. The Fuente is forever. I just can't stress it. There's a difference. You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying though? Because there is sometimes like with the Padron, like it's a more satisfactory experience in the media, like on the tongue. Like, man, this thing is so much power and strength and a great dark blend and spicy. And then you have like these magical Fuente cigars, and it's laugh. Like Padrones don't make me laugh. Like the Fuentes, you're sitting there like you just can't like the Dubai. Cause I rewatched him in that video. Like there's parts where I was almost crying. Like it was so beautiful. Same
Yeah.
thing, birth, like the birth of my first daughter. Like you know what I'm saying. Like
Yeah.
it's like that
Well, I
level.
was I was gonna joke if you smoked another one, say if you did it in solitude, like out on your deck or whatever, your missus walks out and you're just sitting there crying. She's like, "What's wrong?"
Yeah,
You're just in tears.
it could happen, man. It really could happen.
Yeah.
Like it really. That cigar. That took the cake. The Dubai. Have you smoked one again or no?
Have I smoked what?
Did you smoke another one or no? The Dubai?
I smoked one shortly after you did. Yeah. I probably won't smoke another. I know that breaks your heart. I probably won't smoke another one for a while.
You should get that. Listen,
Maybe I'll get another box. If I get another box, I'll be smoking some more for sure. Probably sooner than later.
you have so many great cigars and you're smoking them. That's different.
Yeah.
When I say tell guys smoke the best shit, if you're a regular guy and you got like 20 or 40 cigars, I tell people put them in the order and smoke your best shit and work your way down. That way, every time you're going down, you're really going up. Because now you smoke your number two cigar after you smoke your first is the best cigar you have. You know what I'm saying? It's like example, if you only had, not only, but if you had 40 dates lined up with supermodels, put them in order. Who's the most excited one you to hang out with that night, and go out with her. Then the next
Yeah.
night, you is now the number one. You know, and that's the way I look at it.
Yeah, I get what you mean. I mean, I do smoke them, I do, but like I said, I smoke a lot of shit though. Like
No,
this
but
week,
you have
I've been
so
on a
many
my father
cigars.
kick. I mean, so I've been
No, but
smoking a lot of my father.
yeah, no, but you have so many great cigars that once you get to that level of collection, it's kind of almost like you can't number your cigars like on your hand or like 20 great. You know what I'm saying? Most guys have 20 to 40 cigars, maybe
Yeah,
even 100. But at this
yeah,
point, collection. What are you talking about? Over 1,000 cigars?
yeah, probably.
And that's what I'm saying though. And it's not like you're not using them, so it's a different
Yeah. But
situation.
I mean, it's kind of I just rotate, or like I said, I've been on like a my father kick this week. I mean, I still go to the lounge, maybe not every week, but maybe once every couple weeks, I'll grab 4 or 5 different sticks that I tell you what, I did smoke the other night that my father I really enjoyed was the Jaime Garcia Reserve, I think it was called.
Although
Uh, huh?
the more expensive Jaime Garcia.
It was no, actually, it was a cheaper one. It was like
Oh,
$9.
oh no, because they have a more expensive one for $20. You ever see that one?
Oh, no, no, no! This was a cheap one. It was like
Oh,
Jaime Garcia
try that
Special
one.
Reserve or something, or but it
No, I
was a
want.
damn good cigar.
There's a more expensive version of the Jaime Garcia. It has more age. I'm not sure if it's different tobacco in it.
Okay,
I remember I enjoyed that one a lot. I'm pretty
okay.
sure. Because okay, so you have the Garcia as their best cigar, but then
Right.
that they had like a $20 cigar, which is still expensive for my father, and that's it, And that one was great.
Yeah.
For the record, too, though, we're about to lose phone battery, and I don't want to just end it like that. So I'm gonna end the show now because I got the 10% warning like 5 minutes ago. So we're
All
gonna
right.
I'm gonna lose battery, and so I don't want to end it like I want to end it like a gentleman. So I
Yeah.
want to thank you for coming on. I want to thank Gio for coming on. It was a great show, and we'll be tomorrow. I will be making a review. I can't guarantee I'll be making a lounge, but I'm gonna make a review of that cigar.
Hey, Rich, I just want to let you know, man, it's really good to have you back. We missed you. Hope you're doing all right. Take whatever time you need and do what you got to do. Obviously, family and life comes first, But we love you and we're glad to see you back, man. You
I,
know,
man, I love you guys, man. It's just it was a rough week, but hey, it happens. Richie has
yeah,
feelings too, and
yeah.
I appreciate you guys being there for me. I went through it was a dark week. I went through like some dark, but though, you get through it, and it was just a mixture of a bunch of things, and that's okay, man. You bounce back. I lost my joy in a sense, and it wasn't funny.
Oh, did we lose Richie? Might have lost him. Can you guys still hear me? Sacco, Sacco lurking, yeah. I don't know if you guys can still hear me. Much love, Wrench Gang. Take it easy. Have a good night. It's fun being on. You still got me? All right. Yeah, his phone must have died, but stay fresh, guys. Have a good weekend. Maybe we'll have another one tomorrow night. We'll see. Stay on. It's gonna boot me off eventually. I'll stay on for until it does. It'll boot me though, probably. Jeremy's out of order. I'm really bummed I fucked up that Olmec Maduro, boys. You can tell it was a great cigar though. Highly recommend both if you guys pick up the new Foundation Olmec, Claro or Maduro, whatever your preference. Both magical. How was the flavor on which one? The on both? I mean, like I said, I mean the Claro was it was spicy, it was sweet, it was earthy, it was woody. The Maduro's darker. There's some coffee in the Claro too. Maduro's darker, more espresso notes, lot more earth. A lot of the same vibe though. A lot of the same vibe. Chocolatey. How about now? Sacco, you have to let us know when you smoke one of those Dubai. You have to smoke one soon.